Yes, people, man, big yourselves up. It's been a minute, it's been a couple of weeks, but we're back and we're bad. We're raring to go. Let me not take any longer. I'm going to bring on my co-host. I'm going to bring in man like Hass, bro. How you doing, my broski?
Bro, that entrance, what an entrance, man. It's like the beginning of a movie, you know, or like a trailer, like coming to a theatre near you soon. Like, it's just mad. Look, I'm great. It's good to be back for another rival show. It's going to be a mad one still. How you been? How have you been?
Bless, bro. Bless, bro. I just want to get on with the show. I don't want to take any longer. I just want to get straight into it. I'll be honest. We've got a few guests waiting to jump on, and let's bring them out one by one. I'm going to first bring out another brother from another mother. Yeah, you, broski. J rated R. Repping. Where you repping? What team you repping?
I'm Tottenham, of course, bro. It goes without saying, bro. It goes without saying, bro. That goes that.
All right. We're gonna get into it. I've got a few other guests in. I've also got Chigs, FaZe. What you telling me, bro? Who you repping?
Big up, man. I didn't know Jay was a Spurs. I take back all that positive stuff we were talking about before, man. I didn't know that. His accent threw me off. I was thinking, no, he can't be a Spur. No, big up though, man. Hope everyone's good, man. Big up.
Blessings, bro. Blessings. We've also got Toon Tactics back for another one. How you doing, my brother?
Very well. Good to see you, gentlemen. Ready to talk some ball with you guys.
Excellent. And we've also got a debut, and it goes by the name of Big Breach. What are you telling me?
My guy.
I want to know what's good.
We need to mix up the entrances. There's too many salutes.
You know what to do, still, yeah. Big up the gang.
Just stop throwing up gang signs. I don't know.
It's just a stereotype, isn't it? Why not? All right, guys. I'm gonna just get into the biggest game of the week, and I'm just gonna go around and ask everyone's thoughts about the whole Arsenal versus Liverpool. And I'm going to start with Hass, my co-host. What did you make of the game? What did you think of it?
Well, this was one of the biggest fixtures of the season, let alone the week, you know. Liverpool away at Arsenal is always a massive game. But, you know, going into it, Arsenal's record against Liverpool at the Emirates is good, man. You got to say they were not nailed on, but they were favourites for the game before the game started. I thought, for me, Liverpool were timid. Like, I know they had players missing. I know Salah missing. I know they've got a few key players missing, but they were a bit timid in the first half. And then, boy, the calamities just started to come out of the woodworks, you know, with a goalkeeper. And it was just like calamity after calamity, let's be honest.
Oh, my God!
Yeah. One of them ones, yeah. But it is what it is. Look, it keeps the title race exciting, you know. Arsenal did their thing, you know. They celebrated like they won the Champions League at the end of the game, and you know,
Here we go.
But yeah. For me, it keeps the title race wide open. You know, it's good. I still think. Is this going to reinvigorate Arsenal to, you know, push for the title? I don't know. Remains to be seen because, you know, City's firing now. You know, you got to say they've got their big guns back. Liverpool's going to, you know, strengthen again with their players coming back. So we'll see.
Cool. And same question to Jay. What did you make of the game? What are your thoughts?
Interesting game. Like I was going into the game and I thought Arsenal would win. Like I just had a feeling like 8 points it seemed a bit much at this stage. Their need was greater than Liverpool's, as it were. And the one thing that I realized about the game was that in this game now, there's three teams. I've seen Arsenal play at home against Spurs, against City, and against Liverpool. Each of those games, they've been very, very, I can say good, but they've also been smothering. They've stopped the other teams being able to play to various degrees. You can argue Spurs dealt with it the best in scoring 2 goals and stuff, but very interesting performance in as much as they did perform like this against Spurs. They did perform like this earlier in the season, and they dropped off. So they've got a lot of hard away games coming up, but this was, I don't want to say it was a masterclass, but if I'm Arsenal now, looking at that game and how I played against Liverpool, I'd be looking at them thinking I'm the better side. You know what I mean? I'd be thinking I want to be finishing above them. Whether they are the better side, whether they will finish above them is a different thing. But the manner in which they kind of was in charge of that game, I think it'll be interesting to see how Arsenal run with that kind of performance, whether they carry it like a bravado or whether or not they're going to drop off. But I was impressed. I thought they really showed levels to a side that's top of the league. So, yeah, credit to Arsenal.
I'm going to go straight into it, man. I'm going to ask Chinks. I know I've mixed up the order a bit, but are Arsenal going to win the league? We said it earlier. I mean, earlier this season, the
It's choking. It's choking.
Yeah.
I was shaking my tits about.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh man,
Chinks knows he's going to get clipped if he says that.
I've already said it. I've already said it before. I said it prior a bit earlier, yeah. But I still, I don't know what it is because I'm quite realistic, so I can admit that obviously I'm going to be the most biased towards my team forever, over anyone. Like, do you get what I mean? But no matter how stuff have gone, I still have it's not as loud of confidence as it was earlier, yeah. But I still have a quiet. It could be stupidness, but I still have a quiet confidence that we're going to do it for some reason. I think that the contrast from last season and how we've started playing this season, I think it's more of like we've kind of bide our time so we can just rock it on towards the end, if you know what I mean. So it's not I'm not shaking my tits, but it's a little nip slip. I still think, yeah. Yeah, you know when Justin Timberlake rips out Janet.
So if it goes wrong, you can just say it's a malfunction and that. Like,
Basically, yeah. Thank you, my beige brother. Exactly that. Yeah.
Before I get to the beige babes,
beige station, yeah.
Beige station.
I heard
that one. Yeah.
I'm gonna holler at my boy up top, Big Preach. What are your thoughts on that whole situation? Can Arsenal win the league? Are they gonna win the league? What are your thoughts on the game?
It's possible. So I'm a Liverpool fan. Yeah, so I'm a Liverpool fan. So
I wondered why you were pulling so many faces when I was talking.
I didn't be disingenuous, isn't it, P? We weren't favourites. They've all changed their tune.
You was favourites.
You
know what? Yeah, there was a few things before the match that, like, why I thought Arsenal was going to win it. Yeah, and I say because we played each other 3 times in a small amount of time. Draw the first time. I know it's FA Cup, but we won. So I had that feeling. I was like,
it's due.
Like as a man, you wouldn't let. It's like, I can't lose 3-0.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe. I was like, there's no way we're gonna come there after winning 2-0 and think we're gonna win.
And Preach also, like, Klopp retires. Everton retires. He leaves Liverpool at the end of the season, so you can't get your lick back if you don't.
Yeah, you're right.
He can't still, but we most probably do it for Klopp next time anyway. So
that's in memory of Klopp. Fans like that.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, let me say this year. Since the match here, what I've kind of noticed is that everyone's like not judging, but there's like the last game in it, and I'm saying like throughout the season, Arsenal, Liverpool have been playing great. So in terms of winning the league, I've been there before. I don't understand this fear that everyone has about City. Like, it can be done. Like we've been there, about 3 times. We won it once, so we know it can be done. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just think if everyone turns the mentality, because it's like a grey cloud. Like every fan you talk to, for whatever club, are like, yeah, you know, City's gonna do this. I'm saying, if we're talking like that, I feel like the players feel like that.
That's true.
Thank you, P, because it annoys me.
Yeah, that level of respect is like, as soon as you drop off, it's like the players are scared and City are on it. And I'm just like, no, don't fear them. Like they can beat them. It's like how Arsenal beat Liverpool. There was no fear in that game. Like I know we was out of players, but Klopp's proven that we've got a squad that can still play. You get me, without the big names. You get me. So I do personally think it was the best time to play Liverpool if you wanted to get the win. Like all season, it's been the best time. But like Arsenal was on it, like, and that's how you have to be against everyone. Do you get me? Even City, if you do that against City will crumble as well. So
and no one does it though, P.
Yeah,
that's what annoys me.
Villa did it, and they crumbled a bit, didn't they?
Yeah, everybody just lets them take their lunch money. I'm like, stand up for yourself, bro. It's you lot who we only got to play them twice. You know what I mean? It's annoying, bro.
You know what's disingenuous from the Arsenal fans is certain teams have been standing up to City for years. Yeah, and now you've just started standing up to City this season. Yeah, and now you're trying to tell everybody how to behave. What is this?
I respect you guys for that. Do you know what I mean? I can respect that, but everybody else, it's like, and you know what the worst thing is? They be giving us so much smoke. Like we be playing these games and these teams be running us to the end. Was it Bournemouth? Like Reece Nelson. Like, and then they'll just lie down for City, and I'm like, come on.
But what Tottenham have been doing wasn't standing up, like rope-a-dope style, like for years, and just get one lucky right hook. I don't call that standing up. Like I wouldn't big up my chest for that too much. You're just not going to go toe to toe with City.
I appreciate
I wouldn't call that like toe to toe. Like
if anybody would know about it, obviously, having seen your European campaign this season.
Don't worry, we still got time to show you what the European campaign looks like.
Yeah, spicy one, you are. Yeah.
I might say chili. Yeah, so I want to get your thoughts, Tune Tactics. Now that we're here, like, do you think it was a masterclass from Arteta? Did he have the Salt Bay? Did he put the whole thing in his mouth?
Whoa.
That's what I saw the time, bro.
Bro,
I was like,
bro, I got kids, bro.
Yo, he's moving mad still.
I've got a child, bro.
My manager, innit? That's your boy, you know. I don't. But or do you think it was Klopp? It's the badge. I don't know. He just kind of fumbled. You know what I'm saying? Do you think it was his fault?
No, I think Arsenal are a better footballing side than Liverpool, but their mentality isn't there. I think it's Liverpool's mentality that's pulled them through. People forget Liverpool's whole midfield has been reconstructed, but people are still remembering Liverpool from the Liverpool from last year, and they should, because most of the players are still there. You still got about 5-6 world-class players among them. You don't need to name them, but their whole midfield has been totally revamped and rechanged. Arsenal got one of the best midfielders in the league, and they acted like one of the best midfielders in the league and took over the game. And they just showed them that it's not. I won't go man for man too much, but they did take them on, and they essentially took control. Rice in particular, Jorginho, putting him in the midfield, taking control was probably, if you call it a masterclass, it was very effective in doing that.
Give him his credit, man. What's wrong with you guys, man?
He did well. He did very, very well.
You call him Pep's Cone guy, but when he does something amazing, it's decent. Give him
You know what? They did really well. I think they're a better football inside. It will take them a while. Maybe this might be the season where they grow the mentality of a Liverpool. What's that, sorry?
Are you saying Arsenal's a better football inside than Liverpool?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
How?
Yes. It would in any way. Look how they're switching up their style. This just in one season, they've gone from doing a slow, methodical, slow style to now saying, yeah, we'll go for the gears and we'll do the one touches. Liverpool can't do that.
What do you mean? So
Liverpool can't do that.
What's Top been doing for how many years?
No, this season he can't do that. You haven't got the midfield to do that.
So we're just top of the league because
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got. I'm not saying that. You're saying
Well,
to say Liverpool. to say
anyone ever
Arsenal-
been top of the league because of luck.
Yeah, no, to say Arsenal are better football inside doesn't mean that Liverpool are relegation fodder. It just means that Arsenal are better football inside. That, Arsenal.
But you're saying you can be top of the league by not playing, like not being like.
No,
I think so.
Sorry, because I think I know what he means. He's not saying you lot are like bad. Like you lot are more efficient. You're more efficient than us. You see, like in terms of like pure football. Like,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm asking you. You actually think Arsenal are better footballing side?
Yes, sir.
Than Liverpool?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They are a better football inside than you. You have the better mentality. Now, what matters is which one is more significant. It's the mentality. So I think, for instance, I had a debate with someone whether Darwin Núñez is better than Nicholas Jackson. Now, I think Darwin Núñez is better mainly because of his mentality. Yes, Nicholas Jackson's got the better techers and technique, but I think Darwin Núñez will become a better footballer and have better achievements as a result of his mentality. So that's where Liverpool are.
And that's why I asked the question first. You think Núñez is better because of his mentality?
Yes.
Not his footballing skill.
Yes.
Not his striking, not what he done at Benfica or anything like that.
No, I think it's a
That's
better.
his mentality.
I'll tell you what. Pep Guardiola says this about Phil Foden. He didn't say, "Oh, he's incredible at dribbling in his first touch and he can glide by past players." The one thing that he loves about Phil Foden is that even when he makes some mistakes, he carries on playing like it never happens. Now, of all the things he could name about Foden, he said that's the one thing that he loved about him. And so if Guardiola values mentality and resilience and strength of mind, then who am I to go against that? And if I'm saying that Liverpool have a better mentality, better winning mentality achieved through challenging Man City and winning stuff, I don't see why you kind of, because it feels to me like you're taking it as a disrespect. You say, why? Why?
You just yourself. You just gave me.
They just showed you they're a better football inside. They've been showing you all season.
Just gave me an example of.
They went to Anfield. They showed you they're better.
Sorry, you just said Pep likes Foden because of his mentality.
Yes.
Because he said that, you feel that Núñez is not a better footballer. This is what I'm saying. That example doesn't, to me.
So I value mentality. I value strength of mind.
Yeah, but
over technique. I'm not saying that you got to be like a washed footballer technically. Like you can't.
Luton's got a mentality. They've switched it off,
but they haven't got a winning. They haven't got a Champions League mentality. They've experienced it before. That's a different type of mentality.
Mentality doesn't have to be experienced. Like I'm getting to the gym first time ever.
That's amping yourself up. That's that's been just hype for a moment. Mentality is doing things when you don't want to do it over and over and over.
Or you change an outcome. A mentality. That's what a mentality is. Like changing the outcome.
Yeah, so Liverpool, when you're
tired of losing over and over again,
yeah,
so change their mentality, and now they've got a great mentality. Like,
yeah, so you've earned that.
What are they?
Guys, let me put something out there, guys. Let me put something out there. How much of it? I know everyone's saying Arsenal played well, which they did, but how much of it can we contribute to simple defensive errors in that game? Because for me, the 2 goals conceded. So let's start with the goalkeeper. Okay, Alisson rushes out when he doesn't need to, and then it's a free goal for Martinelli. Let's be honest, yeah. And then you got the 3rd goal that killed it off, beaten at the near post. Shouldn't be beaten there. How much of it? Because the second half, Liverpool were coming out. Liverpool were on top. Second half,
Jinx
before Martinelli got the goal. But
sorry,
how many of you? Whoever can go first. But if it stays 1-1. And that mistake never happened, where would the game be going?
I personally think Arsenal still score at a certain point. I think with Liverpool in that game, like I don't want to put it down to Conor Bradley, and it's an interesting one because his sample size is so small, but it's so excellent. Do you know what I mean? It's such a good sample size, but it's such a small sample size. He's injured he was injured for the game. You meant Big Preach. So, there we go. So I looked at it and I said, okay, They smashed Chelsea and they smashed Bournemouth. They smashed those teams, and those were tricky games. Chelsea were not in terrible form when Liverpool smashed them, and Bournemouth have been in pretty fair form, pretty good. To go to their stadium and beat them. So that to me was very interesting, the way then Arsenal then dominated Liverpool. So you've seen Liverpool dominate two teams just in this week prior, and then Arsenal have gone and dominated them. So I'm like, obviously, first team Liverpool to this Liverpool. And then you're going to have to ask these questions in the big game. Next time it comes round, Trent is obviously a difference maker going forward. But, you know, like, I don't think it's a question to say, should Bradley start over Trent? But it's not a quick. Martinelli.
It's not a mad thing to say. It's not.
Martinelli had the run of the wing. You know,
he always does so. Every time he plays him.
He was cooking it. Well, I think Liverpool were missing. I can't say his name, so big preacher gonna have to jump in.
Szoboszlai.
I think they were missing his pressing presence. I think him off the ball.
Get out of here, man.
Up front. Number 29. I can't even call his name. I just call him 29.
Put some respect on my guy's name. Every week I come here and you lot slander my boy. Every week you put on a masterclass.
His name 29. He gives him 8 those at home. End of his
It was a perfect time to play Liverpool. We were.
Bro, he had
for a long time, you know.
Did they beat a full strength Liverpool? That's what I'm asking. Did they beat a full strength firing Liverpool?
Bro, no, forget all. Stop this, man. What's wrong with you guys? Forget all of this nonsense. Because when it's us, we're missing Partey, Jesus, Timber.
It's not even, sorry. For me, yeah. I don't like. I think you just beat us on the day. Like I think, like I don't think it's like it means that Arsenal's better than Liverpool. Like you know,
of course,
you're at home. Like you're supposed to win that game. You're supposed to win that game.
Nah, man. I don't think that's right, man.
Remember from last season, you know how you played, what you achieved. This season, you're supposed to win that game.
But sorry to cut. Yeah, but last season, I think there's a you lot were very bad last season. I think that contributes to how good we were last season as well. Because you should have been in that race. Because you are the, if not the first, the second best team in the country. So I think that kind of blurs how good we did last season as well.
I wouldn't underplay yourself. I wouldn't underplay yourself. What's Liverpool's how Liverpool got to do with anything how Arsenal done? Arsenal achieved what they should have achieved.
But Liverpool fell off.
You were the second best team in the country. If Liverpool fell off, that's their business. You did what you did. You were the second best. You were the top of the
league now, and
you had a woeful midfield. I told my neighbour's a Liverpool fan. I said to him after you guys won the Champions League, I said, if Klopp wants to be great, he needs to do a Ferguson and needs to start thinking about moving on Mane, moving on all those guys, and start thinking about getting guys. He could have got Bellingham 2 years ago, but he didn't. He stuck onto those players, and he paid with Fabinho. You guys are lucky that Saudi Arabia were buying players during the summer.
This is crazy, though. But they're top of the league.
That's life, isn't it? You can't really say.
No, but you're saying Man United, Arsenal only did well because Liverpool weren't good. Why would you undersell yourself like that? No, not you, big picture. Chinks was saying that, and I was like, like Arsenal did good because you were the second best team in the country.
No, but I mean, that's like, you know, like Chelsea say they're the best team in London because they've won one specific trophy the most times. Like, do you know what I mean? And just ignore everything else. For the last how many years have Liverpool finished above us?
No, that's
true. We're not going to forget that. Like, if we do heads to head recently, Liverpool have beaten more than we've beaten them.
But over 38. Yeah, but over 38 games of last season,
when they were terrible, they've had their worst season they've had in a very long time.
That's their business.
No, of course it's their business, but it's still factual, though.
They could have changed it around. They didn't. Arsenal. This is the problem for Arsenal fans. You guys don't even believe in your own team. I remember when you guys, and I said it the last time.
We're going to win the league, though. I just said we're going to win the league.
It was fire drill settings against Brighton last season. You guys, you evacuated half the stadium after 70 minutes. That is wickedness. And I know it's your ticket. It's your ticket. You can do what you want with it. But because you guys don't back your own team unless they're doing well or whatnot, you leave them. You got a good team. You got a great team. And the part of the reason why you beat Liverpool is because the atmosphere in that stadium was electric. It was bouncing. You need to your whole fan base needs to do that throughout the season if you're going to win this. Because on their own, they won't do it. Liverpool fans are on it. This is Klopp's last season. They're going to back him no matter what. It's going to be intense. So you guys got to better get on it and stop saying, but if Liverpool, but if Man City this and guys,
I don't think that's fair.
How have you? Oh man, you're just ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it.
Yeah, but that goes without saying. We all know you should support your club, and just because all of that stuff you said is great, because I don't like those fans there either as well. Yeah, but just because that doesn't mean that we're like, you can't argue with stats. They've finished above us. Like, that's why I think when I was here listening to you lot say that we were the favourites, I was like, nah, what are you talking about? Just look at the league. That don't make no sense.
But you guys, you've played all the top six. You've played top six this season. You're unbeaten against the top six. You've won 3. You've drawn 3. You're like, well, okay, they've won European championships. They did this, they did that. But look, like, you're good now. Like, you're a good team. I don't think Klopp's thinking, I can't wait to play Arsenal. Nobody's thinking that.
No, but I know this as well. I support Arsenal.
You said don't let City take your lunch money, and you're like you're giving it before school's even started. You're like, hey, before you go to school today, make sure you get it. Make sure you got some money.
He used to be like this. He never used to be like this. I don't know what's happened. I don't know.
So what? Are we not being realistic then? So every time Arsenal play Liverpool, we should win. Then it's a given. Is that what we're saying?
No, you see, now you're taking it too extreme. I'm saying
because so are you. You started talking about people leaving.
How can I back your team better than you? That's insane to me.
You're not backing my team better than me, because at the beginning of the stream, I said we were going to win the league. All I question was,
but I don't know. Liverpool don't play well. That's why Arsenal are doing good. Arsenal are doing good because Arsenal are doing good.
But you're choosing one selective period when, historically speaking, they finish above us every year.
How far in history do you want to go? Like, literally, last season you finished 6th.
We could go to the beginning of time. They have one more than us. They're a more successful club than us. We're not being realistic.
So what?
No, but it's
like, what do you mean? So what?
It's like when Leicester won the league, innit?
You see that, Chinks? You're the Leicester now. You see that? Are you gonna have that, Chinks?
Yeah, listening.
Chinks, are you gonna have that?
No, listen to what I'm saying. Everyone was saying that they were
Declan Rice, Danny Drinkwater.
Everyone else was playing badly. When Leicester won the league, everyone else was playing badly. That's what phase means, isn't it? Like we were saying, Liverpool playing.
Okay, badly. If he want to take that, if he wants to take it like
that, you know, perfect analogy, yeah. So you see what Leicester won that league, yeah. That year, did they win it the year after?
So Arsenal or Leicester?
So did they win it the year after?
Did they win Leicester?
Did they beat all the teams? Because you're just selecting one thing. Did they beat all the teams they beat the year before?
Team in the country.
We can all be childish here. So if I say, based on that 1 year that Leicester won the league, every time they ever play any of you lot's teams, they're going to win.
No,
that's
so
what I think you're doing.
I look at Arsenal differently.
But wait. Before you say what you're going to say, what's the difference between what you did about last year and Liverpool, and what's the difference between what I said about Leicester and every other game ever after that? What's the difference?
Because unlike Leicester, you haven't capitulated. You're not fighting relegation the next season. You're not in 8th. You're 3rd, 2nd. You've unbeaten against the top 6 sides.
Sorry to cut you, Toon. This is extreme hindsight. This is extreme hindsight, because I guarantee you, the start of the next year, you weren't saying that Leicester are going to get relegated. So it's unfair to use hindsight in a time-selected argument.
But them stats don't mean nothing. You know, we've lost only 1 game in the league. And lost the league.
I know Liverpool.
And we've lost 4, but automatically we should beat you because we finished second last year and you didn't.
I'm saying that
you finished second how many years before us? So based on that 3-year period before, when you won the league and came second every other time, you should beat us then, no? So the year that we came second and the years before that, when you finished above us, you should have beat us that year then, no, shouldn't you?
I don't know. That sounds like mental gymnastics. All I'm saying to you is that you're a good team. Like, I don't know why.
Because that's kind of condescending.
Arsenal are dead.
That's kind of condescending, though. He's telling me that we're a good Newcastle fan is telling me, an Arsenal fan, that we're a good team. Like, I don't know this. That's mad condescending. You know what I'm going to do? You know what, Tune? You got great hair. You've got great hair, my boy. It's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing.
Low.
It's the same thing, though.
It's like that's like someone coming up to me saying, "Oh man, you're so gorgeous," and I'm like, "Yeah, but you're so ugly." Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I'm just saying, look, you've got a good team.
But Toon Tactics, will you admit that Newcastle fans did get a little bit cheeky over the last 12 months? I appreciate you've done very, because I remember coming into this season. Yeah.
Wow. What was me back in Newcastle? Newcastle.
I get what. Listen, you know what? Actually, let's cook Arsenal first together, and then I'll come back to my point. Yeah, because the problem with Arsenal, right? The problem with Arsenal, and I don't mind Arsenal, is that they're a bit like Spurs. You know, that you want the most amount of praise for doing the little. Like that's what Arsenal fans do. They want the most amount of praise. Yeah, thank you. So that's the thing, is that Arsenal will get all the praise in the world if and when they cross the finish line. Yeah, because it only took 5 or 6 games last season for them to be anointing Saliba one of the best in the league. It doesn't take long for them to give the plaudits to their players. Yeah. And that doesn't mean they're wrong. It just means that they're quick to give them. Yeah. Now, what they do then is they look around for everybody else to validate the opinion of what they're saying. Do you see what I mean? So from my point of view, Arsenal do deserve praise for what they've done, but they don't deserve Man City level praise. They don't deserve.
This is preposterous. This is preposterous.
That's what I'm saying. Because
you just said Arsenal fans want praise. Arsenal fans want praise, but like they've won the league, and then he said bare stuff. Then he said Arsenal done well, but it's not Man City well.
But you
want to confirm.
I think the guys who are listening understand the point that I'm trying to make here. Yes, in as much as the plaudits that Arsenal fans expect to receive are not conducive with what they've achieved yet. Like, if they achieve what they're meant to achieve, everyone will praise the hell out of them.
I think you lot are terrible. You lot are politicians. You know what you're doing? You're going on TV and you're going to people and you're interviewing people. And you're going up to a terrorist outside the mosque and going, speak about Islam. That's what you lot are doing. You lot are getting Arsenal fan TV to dance when I'm just here being realistic. You lot are terrible.
I'm so confused. I don't know what I just did. Terrible. I think Arsenal fans, though, because this is now the banter era of social media and everything else has come into it, and I think that plays a big part into it. And because Arsenal have been in the mud for so long, from prior to the last couple of years, people are loving it. Plus, with the kind of the rise of social media, AFTV, and stuff like that. Now that when something does good, when they are looking good, people want to. There's a mixture of either backhanded compliments or no compliments, or just like, it's just a flash in the pan. And then you get Arsenal fans having to think, okay, we now have to like big up our chest even more than it is. We've got 8 players in Real Madrid squad. No, you don't. You don't have 8 players in Real Madrid. But that's what I'm trying to be as a neutral fan. I have no emotional connection to Arsenal. When I'm watching the game, when I watch them against Liverpool are a fantastic team. But Arsenal just manhandled them. It is what it is. It's just what happened. It doesn't mean that they're going to win the league, anything that happened. In that time, in that period, in that 90 minutes, that's just what happened. That's what we all witnessed happen. And that's it.
They got fingered. Yeah, I'll be there. Whoa there, buddy. Whoa. Sorry, was that too much?
A little bit. I mean,
yeah. So all that being said, then, if this year, at the end of the season, if Liverpool finish above us, what does that mean?
It means that guys like you who said no matter what happens to Arsenal, good or bad, are the reason why Arsenal are so awful. I think it seeps into the players, because they I think social media, they're on social media. They can feel it. They can feel it through the stadium. They can feel your guys' energy. If I get this pass wrong, these guys are going to do. They've seen it. You define your settings.
Sorry, P. Because because I think this is not so basically, yeah. Because remember what you just said. You said based on last season, we were the favourites, yeah, and all that
I
stuff
didn't say you were
about
the
where.
favourites.
No,
I said
but
you're a good
a lot
team.
of people on this panel said we were the favourites to win the game.
Has
At least
anybody
minimum
on this
two.
channel said you were the favourites?
To win. Oh my God, Preach. That's why we were making faces. No, when we were talking about the game, people were saying that Arsenal are the favourites. Or
You said they're the
did I hear
favourites.
that wrong? At least
Yeah,
two of you. Are you
to win
going to
the
own
game.
up or should I
To
say
win the
next?
game.
To
Yeah,
win the
are we
game,
gonna?
not
Yeah,
the league.
that's what I just said, though. No,
No, I thought you said to win the league, not the game.
no, I said to win the game. But
Is
anyway,
he gaslighting me right now, guys? I feel like
No,
he's gaslighting me.
I feel like you lot are gaslighting me. But nip all that in the bud, yeah. All that being said, yeah, Toon just said we're a great team. Our
Yeah.
fans and all of this stuff about that. We're a better footballing team than Liverpool and all of that. And I'm just saying at the end of the season, if Liverpool finish above us, all he said was bollocks. No,
No, what am I? What am I like? I'm not like
am I wrong?
like no, like what?
I love how he says you're chatting bollocks. Am I wrong? Like he's gonna agree
No,
with you.
At the end of the season.
Oh, I just said, I literally when I was talking to a big preach about it, I was saying I think mentality is the more significant factor. You still got to prove yours. I think you're better.
No, but you're selecting one part of what I said to him. There's numerous parts.
What I'm saying is, you're saying
where we finished. You said because where we finished last season, you said we're a better footballing team. You said something about the team. You said loads of.
You got to back your team. Yes.
Yeah. So all of that being said, if they finish above us at the end of the season, all of that was poppycock. No.
I'm not God. I can't look into the future. All I can tell you is that at this
But
moment
you've done
in time,
hindsight with Leicester. Why can't you use hindsight now? I'm saying in the future, if they finish ahead of us.
Look, I'm not saying whether you should finish ahead. Against Liverpool, you were the better team. At this stage of the season, I think Arsenal are a better footballing team. I can't believe this is stressing you out. Listen, I don't know. I think you're a good team, mate. I don't know. Like, if you win it, you win it. If you don't,
but that's not my point. I know we're a good team. I support my team and watch us every week. What is this?
I don't know.
When did I say that Toon said we're a bad team? When did I say that?
You're saying that if I'm saying you're a good team, should you not finish above Liverpool? Is that
no? But when did I say that Toon said we're a bad team?
I don't know.
So why does he keep telling me we're a good team?
Okay, you're not a good team. Right.
Like I don't know this.
Okay. All right, you've taken all the goodwill from us. You suck.
You suck, bro.
Yeah, Ashmatic, what's the next topic?
I don't want your praise.
Yeah,
This man will have me making Arteta voodoo dolls by the end of the show. Let's shove it along.
I'm just gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna just throw a random one out there. A random one. It's not about Arsenal. It's not about Tottenham.
Okay.
It's not about Liverpool. It's not even about Newcastle. I'm just gonna throw it out
I
there.
got one for Newcastle.
Newcastle.
No, do you know? I don't know if
Go on.
was it this show phase? Last time I was on, like I was on this. Was it someone's show or was it Rhino's show?
Yeah, one the show. It's your debut, bro.
Okay,
You might have been in the comments on this before, though. So was you watching or was you on the panel?
I was on the panel. I was on the panel.
That was Rhino.
One of my. I wish I put money down on this year. And I said, I was 100% clear that we don't take Newcastle serious this season.
Yeah,
and I said it at the beginning. I wish I put money on it. They were gassed. They were gassed. All of a sudden, they were talking about top Champions League football and how to do this, and how to do.
I did a Newcastle prediction before the season started.
I wish I put money down. I should have.
A month before the season started, I was like, "There's no way on God's green earth that Newcastle finishes."
Yeah, but let's flip that coin though, Jay. If we had what Newcastle had, right? So they had the money come in, the Arab takeover. They finished in a really good position.
Yeah.
We would be like.
No,
let's not.
We would be
because I've never like people who listen to me saying I never like say money plus like money equals success. You need money plus a really good plan plus a really good manager, and you also need timing. Yeah, and if you get those four things together, you're gonna win. Now you look at a Bowley or something like, and you look at different managers. I get why Newcastle fans got gassed because they were in the mud with Ash. You know what I mean? It's like, do you know what I mean? Getting adopted from an orphanage. Like that's the best analogy I can give. What happened to Newcastle? They got picked up from the orphanage by Bill Gates. do you know what I mean? So, like,
can I go? Because and this is where this is why I love this, you know, because you see, Toon, I personally think, you see what they're doing now. I personally think this is fair, where they were genuinely worried about you now, and now they're happy to see you flopping. Because what do you mean? They're not supposed to support their team and be proud of their team?
Bro, they're supporting the team, and then there's talking overly spicy.
Maybe.
And underneath, you're secretly happy that they're not kicking your ass.
No, bro. It's like this, yeah. When Newcastle made Champions League, yeah, I remember the first time Spurs made Champions League, and we got dumped out. Yeah, because the squad wasn't there. We couldn't balance it. We had issues.
We didn't have a takeover, though.
Pardon?
We didn't have a takeover.
No, but the thing is you just have to look at their transfer business. You've got to look at man like Dan Burn in the San Siro and know what's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Almiron going like that, he's got to drop eventually because he's not that level of a player.
What happened in the San Siro?
Pardon?
What happened in the San Siro?
Did you win? Did you draw?
Yeah, right. You're acting like I got beaten 5-0.
I don't know. You didn't go through.
I'm just saying, what happened in the San Siro?
What did happen in the San Siro?
Nothing. Just a draw.
Well,
you acting like we wasn't losing 5-0.
Okay. I'm sorry. Right.
Right. That's bias. Bias. There was no stats. It was only bias.
But all I'm saying is the Newcastle fans were very loud.
Stop blaming fans, man. I could say that about your fans.
No,
at the beginning.
Just say how you're saying it. Just say it with your chest.
Because you know what you're doing, Jay. Jay, sorry, Jay. This is what you're doing. At the beginning of the season, there was Spurs fans saying you're going to win the league. You never mentioned that. You can't do that. You're referring to certain fans. The argument's not making sense.
Wait. Who said that?
You can't do that.
Who?
Who said that? I want to draw a distinction. Let me draw a distinction here, right? So,
come on now.
I want to show you the difference, right? I want to show you the difference. So, the Spurs fans you're talking about might have been like, Spurs can win the league, yeah, or something like that. But
that should never leave their mouth. That should never leave their mouth.
Hold on. Well, let me just land this. Spurs fans were not out here saying Spurs are much better than Arsenal. Spurs are much better than Liverpool. Spurs are much better than City. No, they weren't. They weren't doing that. But Newcastle fans were out here saying that Newcastle were better than Tottenham. They were saying that once we sold Kane, we were gone. And I'm
one second.
Everybody was saying that.
Who the hell are you to be saying
No, but sorry. I just want to highlight an incorrect thing in your statement. By a Spurs fan saying that you're going to win the league, you're indirectly saying you're better than every other team.
Okay, well, wait until we directly say it. Newcastle fans are directly saying to us, we are ass.
And that's what it is, Jay. That's the last sentence. That's what it is. Who are you? You see that elitist, cartel-minded mentality that you guys have. You guys are in fear of your lives. Yes, you are in fear of your lives. Your owners are feared. Because you know what? The last 10 years, you guys have been getting Champions League regularly, haven't won nothing. Yeah. And the thing is, if Newcastle, God help you if Newcastle wins something before you guys do. You guys complain about the money your owners have spent. You've only spent 20 million less than Man United in the last 10 years. And what have you got for it? Diddly squat. Now, what if Newcastle come from having their rehydration baths and wheelie bins, all of a sudden makes a bit of money and win a trophy? Wouldn't that be a sad thing? Hold on. Why didn't they spent money on Dan Burn? They didn't do a Chelsea and go bust. They spent their money absolutely wisely. And you are so lucky. You know what's keeping you alive? FFP is keeping you alive. FFP is keeping you alive. PSR is keeping you alive. That's what's keeping you alive. Because Levy is in the Premier League asking them, let's have a vote over multi-club ownership. So, and they're saying to him, why don't you buy some clubs? Why don't you build some training facilities? Why don't you build some academies in Africa, in the Asian coast, in Ireland? Because that's what Newcastle are owners
is that what Newcastle
That's what United are doing. Because
is that what Newcastle are doing?
We want to win.
Listen.
Guys, let me finish because I've been listening to you. While you guys are busy building go-karts, in your stadium. We're out here making training grounds and academies across the world so we can recruit for our team. We're in the business of not just winning once or winning twice. Our business is to win all trophies and to dominate. And that's going to take a little bit of time. So one thing you're lucky because of FFP and SSR. The other thing is you guys are lucky for that. We've had 14 injuries. And some of them are all season injuries. Pope, Joe Linton, and others to mention. You guys are so lucky. And I'm happy that you guys are standing over our corpus and saying, you're finished. And you're begging that we're finished. You're begging that we're dead. You're begging that it doesn't happen for us. Because God help you. God help you. If we win a trophy before you, you guys are going to look mudded. Enjoy your go-karts. We're out here building an empire.
Let me ask you this question. Because
sorry, Jay.
like you're making
Jay, hold on, Jay. I just want to highlight, he said that Newcastle are trying to win leagues and you better play a Mario Kart. Don't have that. Don't have that, Jay. Don't talk to you like that, my boy. This is
the exact bravado that I was talking about at the beginning of the season that Newcastle had. Newcastle say Newcastle are building this and building. Well, Spurs have the best stadium in the country. Spurs have the best training facilities in the country.
Where's your trophies?
Hey, hold on.
Where's your trophy?
Tell me.
Where's your trophy?
Without looking, tell me who's top of the under-21 league and who's top of the under-18 league.
Come on, that's embarrassing. Someone's going to clip
Hold on.
Someone's going to clip you for that.
Someone's going to clip you for that. You're the one talking about academies. And now that I tell you that Tottenham are top of both of those leagues, now you're telling me it's embarrassing.
You need to recant.
So
we have to recant.
Go on.
Did you just boast being top of the under 21s league?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to come out with something big. Like, I thought he was going to say, when's the last time you won your trophy?
Hold on.
Then I'll be like, all right, cool.
Why would I say, listen,
21 league.
Listen, bro.
Are you next week? Are you guys talking the women's league as well?
Bro,
women's league, 21 league. What else?
Bro, listen, trophy talk is disingenuous.
To me, you laughed. Like, when he did it to me, you laughed. Good.
Bro, listen, I don't mind, bro. Listen, look at his side, bro. Like, they had one hot season. I'm sorry, bully ball doesn't translate to a sustainable strategy.
Yes, when you lose 13 players, that's what happens.
Bro, that's fine, bro. Listen, enjoy.
That's what happens.
Enjoy whatever it is that you're gonna do with.
Enjoy Timo Werner. Enjoy Timo Werner. Let's see how far it takes you, bruv. Let's see how far Timo Werner takes you.
Enjoy Harvey Barnes.
Let's see Harvey Barnes.
90 minutes yet.
That's injuries.
What injuries?
Timo Werner isn't even injured. He can't enjoy Timo Werner.
Try and get Tonali to go to bed without going past the casino. Bro.
I love it. I love this game.
Down the drain.
He's going to take you to the top. He's going to take you to the top, Timo Werner. He's going to listen. Why? The thing is, you guys want to be treated like a top club, but you won't take top club responsibilities.
Oh, here we go. Who are you to lecture anyone about top club responsibilities?
Exactly. Who am I? I'm Newcastle.
What do you mean? You're Newcastle.
So
you're
what?
Newcastle. What are you talking about? Top club
responsibilities? Big preach. Because would you mind doing me the honours and asking this Tottenham fan? Ask this Tottenham fan because he doesn't respect me. Can you ask him as a Liverpool fan, when are you going to win the league?
Is your best
Big
season.
Preach, can you stick
Why
out
are
your
you
chest?
talking to us? Like, you know
Can
what
you stick out your chest? Take off your hat and look at Rated R and tell him, hey, when are you guys? It's been 10 years.
Come on, man.
Champions
You can't
League.
talk to us,
Harry
man.
Kane.
I'll take this from Chelsea. I'll take it from City.
Under 21 success.
Come on, man.
When are you going to win the league, fam?
When is the league coming from? Mackems. What are we doing? Surely. I can't be having this. There's no way a Newcastle fan can think.
At least
bottom of your Champions League.
At least Arsenal can say this year we want to win the league.
Bro, what do you mean? What are you trying to do this year?
Fans can't
what
say
are you
that
trying to do this year?
Themselves.
What are you trying to do this year?
You need to go to
what
your
are you
owner.
trying to achieve
The thing
this
is,
year?
you need to go
Why
to your
are you
owner.
even talking to us about achievements?
You need to.
You don't achieve anything.
Exactly. There you are.
Why are you lecturing us
there
about
you are. I see you.
Man,
and that's why Big Levy, your
I'm so
owner,
confused, man.
Do you know why
Takeover
took so long? Do you know why I took Takeover? It took 2 years. It didn't take 3 months.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because they were investigating your owners being murderers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, look at that. Exactly.
I don't know what took so long.
Because maybe they're going to... Hold on. Whose owners are in prison? Who's sports directors in prison?
Our owners.
Hold on. Whose owner is buying players while he's on the wing in Italy? Whose owners are doing right now? Hold on.
Excuse me. Excuse me, he's a consultant. I think
Who's-
you'll
who's
find
that?
well within UEFA's guidelines.
No. You didn't just
He's
say
a
that. did you?
consultant.
You
I think
didn't
you'll
just say
find.
that. You're on the
Listen,
wing.
listen, he's a
You're on
consultant.
the wing. You're on the wing.
No. Listen. You're gonna get yourself arrested for
You're on the
libel,
wing.
slander.
You're on the wing.
Slander.
Take me off.
Do you know what I mean, bro? Like,
Take me off.
that's what I'm trying to say. But listen,
PSR
I
saving
appreciate
you.
this.
It's saving you.
I appreciate
PSR
you,
is
Newcastle
saving
fans.
you. It's keeping you alive. You
Oh,
guys are
here we
lucky.
go. Oh, here we go.
Last year, that 6-1 in 20 minutes
Oh,
was a
okay.
taster.
Oh,
That
you're
was a
still dining
flavour
out
was
on
gonna
that?
come to you. It's
What
gonna-
happened when you played us this season?
Yeah,
What happened
don't
when you played
worry.
us this season?
Do you know what? Because we were busy beating
Oh,
PSG 4-1.
okay.
We was doing.
You're busy getting knocked out the Champions
That's what
League.
you were
What are we
doing.
doing here?
Hold on.
What are we
You're not
doing
trying
here?
FA Cup. Are you in the FA Cup? Oh no, you're not, because you lost to Fulham, didn't you? No, but hold on.
No, we
You're
lost to
top of the under
City.
21s league, though.
We lost to
But
City.
you're top of the under 21s league. So you're top of the under 21s league. So what does that matter?
I don't, but bro, listen.
What?
My thing is like I like your angle. The points you're making. If you were Man City
You
or
should be
Arsenal or
You
even
should be
Chelsea,
angry.
they
No,
would
you know
really
what?
be landing.
That chat
As a
said 50
Newcastle
years. It's
fan,
not 50
I
years.
really
It's
don't know where you're
67
going
years.
with this.
By
We
the
haven't won a
way.
trophy in 67 years. But you guys have been at the top.
Oh,
for
okay,
10
well, why
years.
you just
No.
said
I'm
67
talking to the
years?
chat. Yeah, I'm talking to the chat.
67 years you've
Listen
not
to
won a
yourself.
trophy.
No, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. You're saying to me, who am I? I'm a peasant. I can't talk to you.
Exactly.
Maybe the Liverpool fan can tell you, can ask you, when are you guys going to win the league?
Bro,
You've been
listen.
10 years, Champions League. You've been spending money like Manchester United.
Okay.
and you've
Bro,
done
listen,
nothing
we
with
might
it.
both be
You've done
homeless. But I've
nothing
got
with it.
shoes and a blanket. You've
Yes.
got no shoes.
Yeah, don't worry.
Nothing.
And
So
we're still gonna be better than you with no shoes and no blanket.
right, we'll see, man. We'll
Because
see.
you're buying
We'll see.
Timo Werner
We'll
in the
see,
winter.
man. We'll see.
You're buying Timo Werner. That's who you're getting. That's your man.
Ash and Hash, how you just let him, you're not gonna back your boy?
Listen, right now it is wild up in here. Like, we've got Newcastle.
Yeah.
Dudes, you know what I'm saying? Habas. I don't know what's going on, bro. I'm like, I don't know about you, Hass. You know, your mouth's just open, like.
What's the guy's
trying
name?
to take
What's
it
the guy's name that's in prison? What's his name? Is it
Paratici.
Paratici? All right, free Paratici, but next time I want to hear.
Free
Make sure I get
Paratici.
that t-shirt. I'm gonna get that
Free
t-shirt.
Tonali.
Free
Free
Paratici.
Tonali.
He's in training.
Yeah,
He's all
you
good.
should have said that in the debate. You should have said that. That should have been your comeback earlier. That's what you should have said.
It's too late, bro. It's too late.
It's too late, bro.
Listen, it's all right.
Oh, that was lovely.
We'll see how it plays out. But like, I like it because all the small clubs that haven't done anything in decades,
There you
like
are.
the Villas,
There you go.
Newcastle,
There
they
you
always
go.
go for Tottenham.
There you
They
go.
always try and beef us.
Remember, he started
What's that
saying,
about?
"Oh, but these fans, they're talking." It wasn't the fans. It's this elitist, this Etonite.
You're owned by
I'm
a
top
Saudi
six.
country. What do you
wanna
mean,
be?
elitist?
You want
What
to be?
elite?
You want to be top 6, but you don't want to act like a top. That's all you want to be. You don't want to be number 1. You don't. You can't look. You can't look Big Preach in the eye and say we're going to challenge. You
Okay.
can't look him in the eye.
Of course,
You don't want to
of
look
course
him in
I
the
can
eye
say that.
because you just bought Timo Werner in the winter.
Right.
That's what you just did. So you know you're not here to win
You're
the
still
league.
playing long
You're
stuff.
here. You're
I
here
don't
to
know what we're
debate
doing
me.
here.
I'm 9th place. I'm in the mud. You're debating
Okay.
me. Why are you telling Big Preach we've got a better team than you? Why are you telling Big Preach?
Bro, because I'm direct.
So we used to you at Anfield.
Hey,
Why
bro,
are you telling them that?
Bro,
Why are you talking?
we've already beat
why are
them
you
this
here
season,
debating
man.
me?
We've
Who
already
am I?
beat them,
Who
man.
am I? Oh,
Light work.
oh, now it
Light
comes
work.
out. Oh, okay, light work is it?
I like
That's
work,
when
bro.
when are you going to win the
You'll see
league?
at St. James's,
When are you
bro.
going to win the league?
You'll see at St. James's, bro.
No, but you know what?
Yeah.
Bro, you think you can give up 4 goals to Luton and we're not
when are you
going to
going to win the
smash
league?
you?
When are you going to win the
Smash
league?
you, man.
BMT.
4 goals! Making Ross Barkley look like Riquelme. You think we're not coming there to smash him?
That's right. What happened to you guys? Did you guys beat Villa away? Did you guys
No,
beat
we
Villa away?
haven't played Villa away yet.
All right. Oh, well, let's see what you do. Let's see what you do.
Okay.
Now Newcastle, like, if I'm being honest, Newcastle, the amount of injuries they've had it's been wild. But you know, I'm not gonna say Spurs have had 100 injuries as well. I'm just looking towards next season, and you know what? To be fair, you said it, Toon Tactics. FFP is gonna save us, but you, man, you man are about to get raped real hard. I'll be real, because
By who?
hearing Newcastle, I'm hearing what? Huh?
By
By
who?
the league? Huh?
Why?
You not heard like my man getting he's your striker.
Wilson.
Isaac. No, Isaac. Isaac.
Mm.
Isaac.
Mm.
I'm hearing bare people are looking at Isaac. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
they can look at him. They're not gonna get him. We spent too well. This is why that people are angry with us, because we didn't spend like Chelsea. There's this whole thing that Newcastle, like they're going to breach the FFP and stuff like that. None of that's going to happen. We've got big sponsorship deals coming. We've got big money coming in. And because we do favors for Liverpool and others, we buy your players and we help you out. That's what our teams do. And so look, we've balanced our books. We're good. That's the problem. They hate the fact that we've been wise with our money. They laughed at us when we bought Dan Burn, Kieran Trippier, Matt Target. That was our first transfer window. They laughed. They mocked it. They said, these owners don't know what they're doing. And then when we finished fourth, they're like, these men are hype. These men are hype. I guess like we do know what we're doing. When we've got Dan Ashworth as a sports director, when we've got various accountants and all of that, we're not here breaching anything. We're not sanctioned. We're not getting sanctioned for anybody. That's true. Look, that's it. So people are going to say, of course, it's like this, that, the other. He's not going anywhere.
You say you're not going anywhere. So you were saying, Ra, you're happy about next season. You're going to be able to push on from where you are. You're going to be able to make more purchases. What are you saying?
It's a free year.
Yeah, that's what it's for. It's keeping our powder dry, essentially. No club has bought anybody apart from Timo Werner, but nobody bought anybody.
Why do you hate Timo Werner so much?
I'm just saying.
Don't bet Jay. Don't bet Jay.
What's he
James Shakushin. You got it wrong. Verdi was free. Verdi was
like
free.
a mafia boss on the wing, like just got on the phone.
Verdi was free. Verdi was free.
Hey, give me Werner. Get me Werner. You're on the wing. You're on the wing.
Listen,
Tucci, you're on the wing.
We need to buy a rush, man. I would love if Spurs came up and slapped on one of their top players. I would love it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Who's?
Newcastle's.
Oh,
but you think that makes like Isaac will cost so much money? Who can buy him?
Tottenham can.
yeah.
No,
I don't
they don't have to pay more than they paid. They paid 75 M's, no?
You know,
No,
Ash,
not 75.
Ash, by the way,
maybe you
I'm starting to warm to Tony again. I'd cooled off him, but I've seen him come back and he's doing all right. I'm thinking
You're thinking Tony might be the answer, yeah?
Tony could be the answer, you know.
He wants to win the league. You don't.
You're wind up. Tune this over. Tune, this is overkill now. Tune him now.
Would you keep Jesus if he doesn't bang 14 goals and he keeps up with his injuries? Do you sell
Osimhen?
Who, me? I'd sell Nketiah before I sell Jesus.
Man did the whole
so Jinx is not nice when he mocks you, is it? You don't like it,
no,
I'm
not mocking him.
What did I miss?
Right? Yeah, hold that.
It's gaslighting. I'm not mocking him. He said he's going to sell Nketiah. That's what I'm laughing at.
No, yeah, but I like Jesus. I think, like, you see, like, our best games have been with Jesus up front. I think he the connectivity up top when him or Havertz play is better than when anyone else plays. I think. I understand what you're saying. He needs to score more goals, but
the thing with Jesus, Chinks, is that even if he's not scoring, in my opinion, I think he can still affect the game in some way. And that's what we were saying about Richarlison, like from last season and beginning of this season was, you know, if you're not scoring, then at least affect the game in some way. You know, get an assist or drop deep and spray a nice pass forward or you know, try and affect the game in some way. He wasn't doing that. He's doing that now. He's scoring this, that, and the other. But I always look at Jesus and I think technically he's sound and he affects the game more times than not. Yeah. But obviously every striker is judged on how many goals they score, or most players that players are forward get judged solely on goals and assists.
Except for Nunes with 2.
And on top of that, so what is everybody's views on Firmino? How does everybody feel about Firmino? Is he a trash striker?
Quality. No, he was quality, man.
Well, he didn't score as much goals as Haaland, so why do we not judge?
Can I just say, like, the Firmino Jesus debate? I've been having this with the boys, and I think sometimes you've also got to consider that Firmino did have Salah and Mane. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like, but I think Bobby. I prefer Bobby to Jesus, but I know a lot of people that prefer Jesus.
No, of course. Bobby is the pinnacle of that type of player. So of course, but I'm
I
just
think
saying.
people like the idea of Jesus, like who he could be, rather than who he genuinely is.
No, but,
You know
but what
I mean?
they always do is say they always go back to that argument of goals. Everything else he could play a blinder, set up 4 goals, do a bicycle kick, go celebrate, backflip, do everything, make a pig fly. Someone's still gonna say, but he didn't score. A striker's got to score, and I'm like,
But
why don't you take that energy?
Chinks, can I give you? Sorry, Jay. Sorry,
That's
I don't mean to cut you up, but
No, it's all good.
Chinks, can I give you an example? Do you remember Ronaldinho?
Yeah.
Right. How many goals a season do you reckon Ronaldinho was scoring?
On average, I say between 10 and 15, I reckon.
So, by all accounts, for someone of his ability, not that many. But how was he affecting the game every time he played?
With his skill, like with openings and being able to see stuff that other players couldn't, and bringing other people into the game.
Amazing, right?
He's one of the best. Like, he's one of the best to me.
For me, I'll tell you something, right? Ronaldinho is probably my favorite player of all time. Yeah. Although I know what Messi did and Ronaldo did, and what they're doing still, but for me, Ronaldinho was the essence of what football should be.
It's all about. Yeah, I hear you.
Pure skill, artistry, can change the game. You watch, all eyes on Ronaldinho. For me, he was a magician, and I loved football more because of him. But what I'm trying to say is, like, just because he didn't score 50 plus goals, like Haaland and everyone score like shed loads every season, and then they're lauded as, one of the greatest players in the world or whatever. But are they really? Are they truly one of the greatest players in the world? Because
if they're doing their job,
no, I get they're doing their job.
Ronaldinho isn't a striker, he's like a
no, he wasn't. But
he done his job. He assisted. He created space. That was his job. Like if you're a striker, your job, like you're not like Gomez for Liverpool, bruv. He hasn't scored a goal. He hasn't.
But preach. What I'm saying is, these players,
we love him because he does his job.
But these players that get in loads of goals and stuff here get lauded as some of the greatest players in the world, like the greatest tag. No, are you telling me Haaland is one of the greatest?
Yeah,
Haaland ain't better than.
Hold on. You telling me Haaland's earned the tag of one of the greatest in world football?
What? Who's got the best goal record to 50?
I don't care about the goal record.
Forget that, because
I think it's not about what you care.
It's not about the goals.
You're not acknowledging him. Then, if you don't care, you're not acknowledging him.
I think
he broke the record.
I think here's the difference. I think he's a great goal scorer. Yeah. But is he one of the greats of the game?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe as a striker. Maybe if you want to single him out as a striker.
Listen, because he does his job. Everyone can do step overs.
That doesn't make you a great player.
This is what I'm saying. A goalkeeper can do step overs. Alisson does Cruyff. If you do your job, you're great at it. That's what I'm saying.
So quick question, my PP, who's better, Haaland or Kane? Who's better?
Kane.
I think that's a good question, and I would say Harry.
I'd say
okay,
Haaland.
yeah, cool. And why would you say that? Because he does more than just score goals, no?
Because he
scores the goals and he sets up goals.
No, I say it's more because of the consistency. I wouldn't say because of what else he does. He doesn't have to do. You don't have to assist if you're a striker. Like you add, that's an extra thing.
You're missing Haas's argument though, because let's say, for example, if the two centre backs and the holding midfielder mark Haaland out the game, he has zero contribution. Harry will still drop deep and create a goal. So therefore, in terms of football and contributing to a game, Harry's way better than him. Do you get what Haas is saying? The goals are great. That's why he said best goal scorer and all of that. But in terms of to be the great, you can't just be great at one thing.
Like one of the greatest footballers.
Let me give you an example, Preach, right? If I'm playing for, I don't know, one of the top 6 clubs. Say if I'm playing for City, let's say, right?
Yeah.
And I score 35 goals. 30 of those goals are tap-ins. I'm just in the right place.
Yeah.
Tap-ins. Yeah. I don't do nothing else during the game. Just tap-ins.
Yeah.
All right.
What, like Nistelrooy?
Yeah, you can liken it to Van Nistelrooy. You can liken it.
And where do we see Van
Nistelrooy?
Nistelrooy?
But do I think Van Nistelrooy is one of the greatest ever? No.
in the Premiership.
I think he was.
Van Nistelrooy does actually remind me a bit of a right-footed Haaland. Like, I think Haaland's got a little bit, probably a little bit of height, a little bit of pace on him. But other than that,
as well.
Van Nistelrooy was a great goal scorer.
Plays more than Van Nistelrooy.
But was he one of the greatest? This is what I'm asking.
But it's also, if you took Van Nistelrooy and dropped him into 2024, how highly would he be rated?
Yeah, I think for instance, it's about Kane. Kane's gone to Bayern Munich to be great. He didn't stay at Tottenham to be great. And that's no kind of slight to Tottenham. He went to Bayern Munich to be great. And like he said, in terms of it's a different environment where you're always in clutch like pressure moments and you got to score goals in that way. Yes, all the techie stuff and being looking aesthetically pleasing and doing all that stuff might, like on the surface of it, look great. But great is what happens when you do things under pressure. I mean, this is why we started this conversation talking about Jesus and Arsenal. We will see how great Jesus is when it comes to the last 10 games, 5 games, and maybe Arsenal are 3 points behind, 2 points behind, or maybe even ahead, and they've got an opportunity to win the league. When they need that goal, when they've got that City / Blackburn Rovers moment, is Jesus gonna? Can you rely on Jesus to come up?
Yeah, but too. I don't think even Jinx thinks. I don't even think Jinx thinks he's a great player.
Yeah, but that's what we're trying to get to in terms of what makes someone great. And you said but he does a lot of off the ball stuff for like Kane and stuff like that. That's all That's great. Yeah. I think that makes someone a quality player, a really good player, maybe an elite player. But what makes someone a great player is those clutch moments when they come up trumps and under pressure moments.
The one thing I just want to context is just like ability, because I'm curious in terms of, because while you look at that's why I was trying to say, if you drop Van Nistelrooy in 2024, how would he be rated? Because to me, you look at, say, like an Osimhen, who's like seen as the number one striker on the market, right? Now, if I was to say to you, do you think Osimhen's better than, say, Arsenal Adebayor?
Sorry, what was the question?
Who's a better player, Osimhen now or Adebayor at Arsenal?
I'm a bit biased for the Premier League, so I would say Adebayor because he's better.
You don't have to be biased. I personally think Adebayor was better. Like, as in, like, I don't.
Obviously, enough of Osimhen to give a.
This is my point, though. It's like in modern football, it's a lot more about what you've not done and what you have the potential to do, rather than what you've done. That's why the age of players is getting lower and lower. That's why more and more players have. You look at Havertz, and the people are like, oh, he's just shocking at Chelsea. But back in the day, you would have lots of players that would transfer after having a year or two at a club, somewhat underwhelming. Then they'd redeem their career. And then, do you know what I mean? It was a lot more, we had less social commentary, where people are just constantly looking for the next big tagline, the next video, the next criticism. So I think that all these players are having to be more critiqued, but it's interesting to see how much is like, the people like the Romanos bigging them up, giving them PR, the certain releases. I'm just intrigued in terms of like perception of a player versus their true ability. Like, is Osimhen, the number one striker in the world, or is he just a good striker in a time period where there's not many good strikers?
Osimhen won the league, right? And that after that season, it was like, number one striker in the world, most sought after, this and that. But what gets me is that people are all of a sudden, players are all of a sudden number one player in the world, whatever, just off the back of one season.
Yeah.
Winning a league off the back of one season. When you can do it consistently, or stay in contention consistently year after year, for me, that's what makes a player highly sought after, a great player that could go anywhere in the world. But we've seen it so many times. Like, we saw it with I'll give you an example. Who's the guy that went to he won the league, went abroad and he flopped.
Which league was it? What year is it? What European league?
Went from Italy to Was it to Chelsea?
Skamaka to West Ham.
No,
Shevchenko.
no.
No. Shevchenko. Right.
Yeah.
When
And he was
you know,
As a baller at AC Milan, he was.
it was. But it just shows you, like,
He went there to retire though. He went there
it
to
don't
retire.
Translate.
He was washed. Like he went
Yeah, he was old as well. He was old.
He was old. Like
Like Ron, Man United done that quite a lot. They got quite a lot.
I mean, we can see why an easy up one is, and because he's an alien, really. Ronaldo's like great. Like he's just gone around conquering Europe.
yeah, absolutely.
You know, and we know that if we're in a clutch situation, or we're looking to create a clutch situation, you're looking for guys like him. Kane is going back to Kane, exceptional striker. Any team would have him. But to be great, we're talking about great status. You need to be able to show some trophies where you've contributed highly to them. And that's what Haaland's going to do. He's going to try and conquer the Bundesliga and get, or maybe even the Champions League itself. That's what, essentially, when it comes down to, when all is said and done, that's what it comes down to.
So in your definition, do you think Haaland is, sorry, Chinks, I know what's coming. It's real quick though. Do you think Haaland, by your definition, Toon Tactics, is a great striker, a better striker over Harry Kane, because he has and he's that technically, you know, he's got that accolade against his name. He hasn't had that clutch moment, in my opinion, because he went to Champions League final, hasn't really shown up, in my opinion, or got that clutch moment in Champions League. But yeah, what do you think in terms of that?
Man?
Yeah, because I think what you're asking me is,
I'll let you answer after. I'm just going to hear two.
Yeah. So I think, because we're talking about ability, I think, funny enough, I think Kane is probably a better striker of the ball, a better assister. All these are a lot of ability, but Haaland's got all the things to show that he's a great striker. He's chased leagues and he's won them. He's won the treble. Kane can't talk to him, and unfortunately, even if Kane talks to Vardy, unfortunately, and says, I'm a better striker than you, Vardy would say, yes, but I've shown that there's things to me that shows that I'm a great striker too, that I've achieved things. I might not be able to shoot as good as you. I haven't got the same goal scoring record as you. It's like, you know, but at the end of the day, I've got trophies to show that I'm a great player. I'm a great striker. I can do these things. But if all you needed was ability to show how great you were, Kane would stay where he is. That's what, you know, and for instance, become the league.
Do you not think, supporting your point, like, obviously now that Kane's gone, I've got to be honest with you boys, I've really recouped about 5 to 10 hours a week having to not defend him on social media. So good times. But looking at it more accurately in terms of this, Vardy was clutch.
Yes.
Yeah? And I'm not trying to say Kane wasn't clutch for Tottenham. What I'm saying is, Kane scored a lot of goals for Tottenham. I always remember Son being more clutch. Like, I always remember, like, when I think of a lot of the big games or big moments for Spurs, it tended to be Sonny who was scoring the goals.
Man. This is disrespectful to Kane, man. I think this is disrespectful to Kane.
Am I?
Yeah,
no,
man. Fuck
no,
man.
I think this, like,
Kane runs laps around him.
Vardy in that season that Leicester won the league, what did he score? 11 games in a row, is it?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like this, like, do you see what Mahrez did? Like,
so Jay, sorry, Jay, I'm confused. So, are you in agreement with Toon or in disagreement?
I'm saying that Kane, even that France penalty, like, this
you have to finish it.
There's a scores the first penalty, no pressure. Second pressure, there's a lot of pressure on that penalty.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You're taking a penalty against the guy that you take the penalties against in training. He knows you, yeah, and you put it over the bar, like, and you're captain. That's a lot.
One penalty.
One last thing just on this is, as well, I don't think it's a coincidence, and this is a bit conspiracy theorist, yeah. When Son won the Golden Boot, yeah, the next season, Haaland comes to the Premier League, yeah. All of a sudden, Kane stops dropping deep, yeah, doesn't drop deep anymore, yeah. The linking of Son's the link man, and Son can't do it as well as Kane. Kane got 30 goals, yeah. the team played like shit, but Kane got 30 goals. Yeah. Now I'm asking the question of that switch. Yeah. Son got 23 goals. He was the Golden Boot winner. Son went from 23 goals, obviously he had an injury and stuff, to then playing almost an entirely different role the following season. Yeah, Ashmatic, you did the tactics many times, broke down his positional play, played a different role, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How much of that was down to Kane? Specifically, him saying that he wanted to play further up top, which was in turn due to someone like Marlon coming to the Premier League.
Go on, Chinks. I'll let Chinks answer. Go on.
I'm lost now. Sorry, I'm too busy reading the slander in the comments.
So for me, the whole clutch moment thing is like unfair to Kane because I think against Arsenal, I think that's one of our biggest games of the season. Harry Kane always turned up for that. Do you know what I'm saying? So as a clutch player, in my opinion, you could say he had those clutch moments. That's where
was it in the final? Was it to progress in the league to win the league? Was it to...
So there was, okay.
It's not as black and white though, is it, Ash? Though
no, it's not.
Do you know what I mean though? Because the fact that Spurs even got to a Champions League final is a fucking achievement. Like, do you know what I mean? People like say for example, last season, no, but that's because that's just the way you view it, and I respect that because everybody wants to be winners and they're the clubs the best in the world, and we must win.
But what's about greatness? You can't give greatness loosely. You can't give greatness for being finishing second.
No, but
greatness.
Quick question. So last season, what did United won? They won a trophy.
Yeah.
Last season, I can't remember what it was. We didn't win fuck all. Man U fans say to me all the time, "Oh, we won more than you last season," and I respect that, and I respect trophies. But I wouldn't swap our season we had last year's for theirs. Never in a million years. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Even though we didn't win anything, like, do you know what I mean? It's people love to do that because it's not just about what like Kane. Kane is amazing. Putting Vardy, and I understand too, because I respect your consistency because it goes back to what you said at the beginning about mentality. So you regard mentality over skill. So I can understand why you'd put Vardy or someone who's done it because they have the mentality to do it over Kane. But I'm still shocked about everyone who agreed with you.
I'm just saying
because I respect your consistency.
But you just talked about like moments and stuff. You go back to Champions League and stuff like that. Kane was injured. It was Son that scored against City. It was Son that scored against City away. More a hat trick against Ajax. It wasn't Kane. Like,
but then you can't disregard all the stuff that Kane done to get you to that point for him to even do that.
I'm not disregard. Like even like Kane, Champions League first leg, Dortmund when we smashed them. Kane didn't play that game. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but that's one game. So, but I could say,
listen, I'm telling you, we've played. I think Kane's played 16 games for us in semi-finals and finals and stuff like that. Like, as in like high pressure games for Spurs. He's got 3 goals. Yeah, like it's like this isn't pure agenda, but it is agenda because he's left. Because I probably would never have said this if he was still at Tottenham. But I can be honest amongst friends. Yeah, and
I don't think that's honest because people will put Vardy over Kane because he won the league. Someone just typed in the comments that Vardy got 3 goals and 37 last year.
Listen, I'm not saying Vardy was as good as Kane. No.
Okay, I thought you were. Sorry.
Yeah. Vardy was more clutch, and that is without question that Vardy was more clutch to me. Like, as in, he took his team to the Premier League title. Like,
sorry. So boom. So is Havertz more clutch than Kane?
No.
He scored in the Champions League final.
I think there's more to it than just scoring.
So I'm not.
Winning the league is across 38 games. That's a moment in a match.
So I wouldn't say, for instance, Ali
you're not being genuine. You just said about Dortmund.
I'm saying across
single games where Kane didn't score and disregarded the whole season before where he actually got you in the Champions League to say Son was more clinical in certain games.
No, bro. I'm saying there's certain moments, where you need a player to just drag you over the line, And there's a difference to me doing that in a Premier League match and doing it in a high-pressure cup game, one and done. If you lose, you're out. Things like that. There's a difference. To me, I draw a line between.
What are we saying? Is Kane not got the mentality then? Because is it a mentality issue?
I think Kane, had he left, would have got the mentality. Look at Walker's mentality now. if Walker had stayed at Tottenham, he would not be the player. He wouldn't think the way he thinks.
So do you think, like, because Kane's the England captain, so do you think he shouldn't be the England captain? Because
I'm not saying he shouldn't be England. You can be a very good captain. I'm just merely saying that he's not. I don't think he's a killer. Do you know what I mean? And he could have been a killer if he'd left Tottenham earlier.
30 goals and not be a killer in front of goal.
Because he's just a very good striker. Like he's not. I'm not.
But to be in front of goal.
Understand the nuances of what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
he is a world-class striker. Benzema didn't used to be a killer until he was a killer. Do you see what I mean? And then when he became a killer, you saw the difference between Benzema the killer and Benzema the guy that had been playing before. He dragged Real Madrid over lines. He showed that he was a different level. You can't compare that Benzema with the other Benzema. And that's what I'm trying to say is that Kane, he's gone to Bayern to find his killer instinct, in my opinion. Yeah. And that's why he's gone there.
He went to Bayern Munich just to kind of win those trophies for now, like as in.
And don't disrespect Spurs by playing for Man U and that.
No, but he's got to.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't step on our toes. Keep that legacy going.
There's mad respect.
Exactly. That's what I thought. That's what I personally.
He's been there way too long.
No, I think you guys. I think you're somewhat agreeing with me, but not in so many words. I'm just saying he's gone to Bayern to be the guy to fire them to trophies, to get them over to the line, to be a potential Ballon d'Or winner, all that sort of stuff.
No, so I feel like it's no different than like if he went like Rangers or Celtic. Like it's.
I think it is.
Like you're gonna win something, innit?
I'm not completely disagreeing with you. I think like that narrative is what is wrong with football. Like the fact that you have to, like, you're only certified or validated if you win particular.
No, but Jinx, remember the birth of this conversation was around Jesus, and if he's a and to my Arsenal, especially kind of around kind of the context of Arsenal winning the league. And I think the point was made was that yes, Jesus doesn't score goals, but he does things outside of that, you know, in his playmaking and all of that stuff. And we'll start talking about Ronaldinho. All that is good. However, is it when it comes down to the final 10 games, final 5 games, when you're trying to win the league, if Arsenal win it, is that going to count for something? Can you rely on a Jesus to be clutch, to be great, essentially, and take Arsenal over the line? Yes, you can. Playing against Brentford and there's no pressure and you're going past 3 guys, you're putting it through someone's legs and you're doing all of that other stuff. But when you need that goal, when you need to get over the line, when you need to drag the team over the line, is Jesus that guy? Kane's gone to Bayern Munich to prove to himself that he is that guy. That's what we're trying to say. I'm not saying that Kane isn't a world-class striker, isn't incredible, isn't even in ability-wise better than Haaland. But Haaland has proven himself to say, I can take you to the Champions League. I can take you to the Premier League. I can win the treble.
I've got them 50 goals in a season.
I can do it. I understand all of that. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I think that's what I said. I think that's the issue. I think that's the issue with like the mentality of like football, where if you don't do this specific thing that I want you to do, I don't rate you. Like, do you get what I mean? Let me think. Matt Letizia is better than bare man who's won trophies, and no one can't tell me he is. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, and I think that's the narrative I hate. If you don't do exactly what I tell you, you're not like. I think that's not fair, personally.
I think. Go on, preach.
I feel like you have to hit like a mad high standard in whatever it is that you do. So like Gerrard, he's not known for winning loads. I take away the Champions League, I get he's got one there, but he's not known for winning loads of. Like you said, he's been clutching. He's dragged. He pulled Liverpool for about 10 years. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's considered as a great. So I feel like you've got to just be like, you just got to stand out.
Well, and preach. Let me use Dembele, Moussa Dembele as a good example of that. Yeah, baller, great player, but he won't be remembered at the level of player that he could have been versus other players. It's just sometimes you have to go and prove.
Sorry, Jay. Sorry to cut you, Jay. Yeah, the fact you even mentioned him because you know ball. lets man know that he's a great. Only people who are fools, only people who are idiots who don't know ball will not say that. Like intelligent people who know football know how good he is.
And there's generations of players like Pablo Aimars, Riquelmes, who are to an extent forgotten because they did not achieve potentially. To be fair, Aimar won a decent amount, but the Riquelme, you know, he didn't win as much as his talent level really should. And
remember, Kocha.
Exactly, and
you get me
when I'm looking at Kane, and I'm talking about this killer thing. It's weird. It's not me. It's like almost like me watching Kane. Yeah, his whole career and everything. He's an excellent striker, and I remember there was City away. You will all remember it, where he put in that virtuoso performance, and he scored the last minute winner, and just an amazing performance. But yeah, there's just something. I've always felt a little bit like, you know, like the Agueros and Vardis, whilst being inferior footballers to Kane, have more of a killer instinct than him. I've always felt that when I've watched those players, they just have a little bit more. I don't know, just.
I think if we were talking about boxing, you'd be 1,000% right because it's 1v1. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's a lot easier to play for City than it is for Thingy. If they mark Kane, if you put your whole team against Kane and mark them throughout the game, there's not a lot of other threats. Man City have so much threats that if you lock down on, you can't just focus all your resources on Haaland because you got my man over here, you got my man over here, you got these other, like, do you get what I mean? It's when your team is not. It's about the team you're in. If Kane was in a City, he would run laps around Haaland. In my
Kane was with Tottenham. There was a period in Tottenham where Tottenham absolutely frightened him to play against. When you had Dele Alli, when you had Eriksen, absolutely insane to play against. Nobody wanted.
So sorry, would they beat City's team? Would they beat City's team today?
That's not my argument. What I'm saying is that
that's my argument. It's about the team you play in.
But I'm saying they could have. There's 4 trophies on the line.
Well,
they could have won.
We were like the best team in the league at the time.
They could have won.
Arguably,
yeah,
like,
they could have won.
The second best team.
So, based on you two's judgments of winning things, you can't use that because you didn't win nothing. So you can't say that.
He wants to be great, right? He's not a world-class player. He really is a world-class player, but does he want to be great?
We've lost the conversation, Fred. You just said that Tottenham had a great team, and then Jay just said that they are one of the best teams in the league. Well, you just said that because Kane didn't get you over the line, he can't. So that
you're conflating what I'm saying. Me saying Kane's not a killer. If Kane was a killer, we would have won one of those leagues.
What?
How about that? You're saying it's good. I'm saying no.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say you was missing a different piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, it's not down to Kane.
Yeah,
it's not all down to Kane.
I'm saying this with Liverpool, bruv.
Yeah.
Mane, from Bobby, and Salah. You get me? We need, like, all 3 of them did their job. Like, there could be.
What made Liverpool great was Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, exactly.
Jurgen Klopp was great. That's what I'm saying. I guarantee. Oh, I don't want to say. I was going to say.
Wait. No, you're going to say if Klopp was in charge of Tottenham.
No, well, I was going to say if they played for Tottenham or anybody other teams.
If Klopp had been in charge of Tottenham 15, 16 or 16,
you would have won it. You would have won 2-3 Premier Leagues.
We would have back-to-back Premier League titles.
Back-to-back Premier League titles.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. No doubt in my mind.
Oh, wait, let me bring Hassan.
Yeah, one more time. I just said back-to-back.
Do you of course.
Hassan's face is like, bro, you could have.
Do you agree with that statement? If we had Klopp.
If we had Klopp from 14-15.
If England had Klopp, they'd win the next World Cup.
What?
That's not a given.
I don't agree with that. To be honest, I always said this, right? At Tottenham, it's not the managers. We could bring in Klopp, Pep, whoever it is. Right, for me, the issue at Tottenham, right, is the mentality. Like, we've had the likes of Conte, Mourinho, Pochettino previous to that. We've had managers like Redknapp, Joel. None of these managers, as good or bad as they did not manage to change the mentality of the football club. You think someone like Mourinho coming in? We've seen the Amazon video, where he's saying you need to be animals, you need to be like, see you next Tuesday, this, that, and the other. Did that change the mentality of the players or the club?
The football was wrong.
At the end of the day,
what's his name now? Chelsea manager
Conte.
No, now
Pochettino.
yeah, there was a different change of mentality. Then.
Yeah, you got to judge the players from 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, yeah, and you would have been getting peak Klopp.
You needed the manager who's got Klopp. Exactly. You got the right mentality, but the wrong footballer. Then you had the wrong football, and then the wrong. So Pochettino, wrong mentality, but the right football. Then you have Mourinho, right mentality, but the wrong football. Jurgen Klopp's got both. Jurgen Klopp play the type of football that you guys did: high pressing, fast, intense, all over. You had the football. You just didn't believe you can win anything.
Mentality. That comes down to mentality.
Jurgen Klopp has that mentality. He comes in.
No. Conte Mourinho had that mentality.
They're not peak versions of those managers.
They weren't peak, and they played the wrong football for you. They didn't. They had the wrong football for you guys. It wasn't the football that you had. They should have preserved the football that you had and just added their finishing mentality. You would have won the league. It was when I first heard you guys got Mourinho, I thought you guys are done. I knew straight away because you gave up the one thing that made you guys exceptional was your football. You just didn't believe you could win something. Jurgen Klopp, first press conference, Liverpool, we're going to win the league in 4 years. How about that?
So what about when we sacked Mourinho like a week before our cup final?
Yeah, that's your owner.
Wait. Exactly, that's our owner. But
while he was reading the blueprints to your next go-karting thing, he went over to the phone and said, "Yeah, Mourinho, you're sacked." That's your owner. That's what we was debating about. You're right about the mentality. Yeah.
Dude, listen to me. If I'm a business owner, I'm a business owner, right?
Yes, sir.
Everything comes from me. And same with any other business owner, any other company, everything comes from you if you own a business, right? So if you set the example to your staff, this is what I want.
Yes.
It drip feeds, and then they obviously carry out how you want your company to be like, or whatever. You know what I mean? The same applies to football. Same applies with Tottenham Hotspur, any other football club. You know, if the ownership are like, look, we're adamant, this is what we want to do. We're going to win the league. Blah blah blah. That drip feeds. Yeah.
Yes.
Liverpool, right? Have a rich history of winning trophies.
Yes.
Being a successful club, countless European trophies, this, that, and the other. Bringing in exactly. Thank you, Preach. You can preach, by the way. It's fine. Bringing in Klopp only sort of, added to that rich history.
But the context is, and Preach will say to you this, they hadn't won the league in 30 years at that stage. Exactly. They had Carlsberg on their shirts. That's who Liverpool were. They had Carlsberg and Jamie Carragher right back. They were washed.
But they were still winning trophies, though.
Yeah,
they were winning European trophies.
Have won the league in 30 years.
So, Preach, we're not having a go. What would you?
We're not having a go.
We're laying out context. Let me Preach. Let me just be clear about one thing. The problem that Spurs fans have about admitting that the team should have won in 15, 16, and 16, 17 is that it would remove the narrative against the owners that they didn't provide a team good enough to win. That's the problem Spurs fans have with it, because we did have a team good enough to win. Yeah. We just didn't. Yeah. Look at Leicester's team. Look at our team. Toon Tactics said it there. We didn't believe that.
Leicester's team was. They had. Look where the players were: Conte, Vardy, and Thingy. Because I'm not trying to.
Leicester had one league after.
Bro,
and you know what it is, and you know what, just
bro, you're doing revisionism, man.
I'm trying to, you know what it is. I'm trying
to. Ali, Son, Kane, Dembele. Do you know what I mean, bro? We had we had Rose, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Walker.
No, but I'm not disagreeing with you that the team was good. That's not my argument. But what I think we're all doing is we're oversimplifying it, because you all just said Klopp has he has the infrastructure. He has the management and he has the team, because that team's won. But at the end of the day, did you win anything last year, Preach? Did you win a trophy last year? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Your team was great. That team that had that team that had Danny Rose was great. But we're forgetting the fact that there's other teams. Like there's other variables that go into it. No, but listen to what I'm saying.
I know you're saying there's other teams, there's other competition. But that's what makes you great, Chinks.
Despite
the competition, despite the upheavals, yes, despite the conditions, despite what goes against you, you still get over. That's what makes, not because the sun was shining, the wind was going the right direction.
No, because you're being petty though about
No,
those
I'm
things. At the end of
you
the day,
have-
you just said Klopp has everything. He didn't win nothing last season, so everything you're saying
No,
that he
I'm
has
saying Klopp within
doesn't
himself.
guarantee. All
Klopp
those
as a
things doesn't
leader.
guarantee you're gonna win. Like it's a mad. What's
Bro,
the
but
word?
the
Like
thing is like
elitism.
the argument.
Just because you have all those things,
the
it doesn't
argument
mean
is
you're gonna
moving
win.
in
It
different
doesn't guarantee
places.
everything.
For me, the argument is very simple and clear here, right? Did Tottenham in 15-16 and 16-17, yeah, hell, even in 17-18, yeah, Spurs got knocked out in the Champions League. History of Tottenham, remember that? Yeah, knocked out to Juventus. Juventus made the final. Who did they play in the final? Real Madrid, who Tottenham beat in the groups. Yeah, Tottenham could easily in that year have made the final comfortably because we beat. We literally
Football don't work like that,
bro.
though.
You're not making, bro. You are not making
How am I not making sense?
Oh my day, bro! I've just told you we were clearly the equal of the two teams that made the final that year.
No, you
Clearly.
weren't though, because you never made the final.
Oh my days! Right, okay. So Juventus beating us. Okay, listen. Right.
If
It's very difficult for me to have this argument because I know across those 3 years, yeah, where you finish third in a 2-horse race, yeah, where we needed 1 point in the last 3 games to finish above Arsenal and we couldn't get it, yeah, to then the following season finishing second to Chelsea, who got smashed by Arsenal 3-0 earlier in the season, changed their tactics and developed a mentality to still finish above us, and then the season after to do the history of Tottenham, yeah, and you're telling me in none of those 3 seasons, yeah, with that team that was capable of achieving all of those things, yeah, that a top manager wouldn't have got us over the line. Of course, a top manager would have got us over the line. There's
Can't say that for sure.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's not guaranteed. That's all I'm saying.
No, we're not.
Okay, I know it's not guaranteed, but with Poch, yeah, we came very, very, very close. If you give me one of the leading managers of the era,
there was something missing.
That
That time when you said, yeah, well, that time when you guys, when Pochettino left, had you got the right manager, Mourinho, I don't know why you guys
was the right
and I looked over. I don't know why you guys always look over at Chelsea and want to get their stuff. I just don't get it. It didn't make sense to me.
He wanted Mourinho. We were doing this whole Amazon project. We had a new stadium, and he got kind of gassed up. In my opinion, I think, and I agree with D. Sinclair, the difference between Spurs and teams that won it, other than Leicester, who had a freak season, in my opinion, and they had that massive momentum, and that's what kind of carried them through to the finish line. I think Spurs lacked the bench, the squad depth. So when we played semi-finals, when we played finals, we didn't have anyone to bring off our bench to impact games. Or when we were running out of gas, you looked at our bench, we had like, I don't know, Nkudu. Do you know what I'm saying? We had NG, we had Lamella. So we never had anyone that was like, Chelsea could look on their bench. Remember, we played them in the Battle of the Bridge. That was a famous game, right? They looked to their bench. They were like, let's bring on Hazard. Yeah. Let's bring on, I don't know, Costa. Let's bring on Fabregas. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And so we looked at our bench and we were like, whoa. Like so I think that was the difference. The difference between Spurs actually competing and getting over the line. We had a fantastic 11, in my opinion. But if you went past that 11, that's when we kind of started to wither and started to kind of bear thread. We didn't have the minerals.
And but isn't that under ownership though? Because if you remember, we went two windows without even signing a player. I'm not trying to dig out the ownership or anything. I'm not trying to.
I get what you're saying.
But you got to look at the bigger picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've had one trophy in 23 years. Okay, yeah. Arguably we got really close with Pochettino. We didn't strike whilst the iron was hot. We didn't give him the tools that he needed, essentially, because everyone here is saying we needed more players. Our bench was poor. 11 was great.
Some are saying you need a different manager, Has. That's what some are saying.
No, I don't think. But even if we had a different manager, what would have been different? Because that manager might have said, "Well, Mr. Levy, I need X, Y, Z to see us over the finish line." What do you reckon? What, because it's another manager, a top manager, he would have said, "Okay, cool." Because Conte come in, Mourinho come in. What Mourinho? Look, Mourinho asked for a top defender. Who did he get? He got Rodon, right?
Yeah,
he got Rodon. Okay, you can't say to me Rodon's
No, but on the flip side, I could also say
then you've got Jedson Fernandez. You know,
Yeah.
we were in for Bruno Fernandes, and by Bruno Fernandez's own admission, Tottenham were in talks and it was going to happen, and we didn't go for it. We went for the other Fernandes.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is the mentality. This still is a mentality issue, and the mentality of the board, who sort of wants to do everything on a cheap side. Whether it's to stay within FFP, whether it's to be sustainable, whether it's because they've got other business.
You guys only you spent less than you only spent less than Man United, and Man United are big spenders.
We spend a lot more now, but back like 4 years ago or something, we were really kind of, whether it was because we were saving for the stadium or we were just being stingy. We didn't.
You're just not spending money well at the moment, and that's the problem.
Yeah, but it comes down to timing as well, though. Too at the times that we needed to spend money, right? Yeah. We didn't do it.
Right? It wasn't necessarily we didn't do it. We didn't do it well enough. I also think Poch as well. You got to look at transfers like Sanchez, Lo Celso, and Ndombele, and also be like, when he did get some money to spend, he didn't spend some of it fantastically. Do you know what I mean? Because those big transfers, they were mainly Poch signings. Do you know what I mean? We're not spending that. He really wanted Ndombele.
The thing is, Ndombele, in my opinion, when Ndombele was trim, anyway,
he was all right.
He was all right. He was an attacking style. The problem was, I think you have a defensive manager in Mourinho or Conte that it doesn't really suit the style. He suits the style that are going to be more front-footed. And so we got rid of Pochettino, and then you're left with these attacking players. Lo Celso's like, bro, I want to play front foot football. All of a sudden, I've got these managers that want to sit behind the ball and they want to do this counter-attacking thing. So it's like, we can say like, Poch got it wrong with the players, blah, blah, blah. But he was starved of 2 windows where he was like,
the club could have done more for him.
I needed to replace Dembele, because I think when Dembele got injured in that Champions League season, that's when the form went down. He wasn't able to replace Dembele, and that's when we had Harry Winks and Sissoko in the field going into a Champions League final.
To be fair to Winksy that season, he had a good season that season. Like when he was injured going into the Champions League, I was like, please, Harry, be fit. Imagine praying for Harry Winks to be fit for a Champions League.
But the levels, though, like I hear you, my broski, but I'm saying like the levels of a Harry Winks, he's not. He's got that physicality. Yes, he might.
No, I get it. No, I get what you boys are saying. Like
Premiership, like everyone would admit, you need that physicality to live inside that Premier League, to contend anyway in the top 4, I believe.
No, you boys are right in terms of the club can do more.
If you look at their midfield right now, they haven't necessarily got that physicality, and that's where Arsenal took advantage, in my opinion. That's why Rice winning.
That's why we really needed to make the 17-18 Champions League final. We could have won that one.
Do you think
we needed to make that one? That the history of Tottenham Chiellini one. That's the one we needed to make. We could have won that one. A year later, the players were just the engines, the legs. Dembele was gone.
Can I interject? Because I think we, as fans, we always just oversimplify everything, because we all just named 4 to 5 different variables: bench, management, spending, infrastructure. We name so many different things, and I think we all are in agreement. Liverpool have a good bench, they have a good 11, they have a good manager, they have a good infrastructure, and last year they didn't win anything. So I understand all these things can make you improve, but it doesn't guarantee you're going to win anything. And everybody now using hindsight to beat people with down of what they didn't have in the moment. Even if you did even if you do have that stuff, it doesn't guarantee. So saying that we didn't do this because we didn't have this, even if you did have that, it wouldn't guarantee you're going to win anything.
Liverpool,
you get where I'm coming from.
But the difference is Liverpool have won stuff though. We haven't. Like
that's what we won nothing in the last 5 years. Liverpool won plenty.
You can't base it off like one season. Okay, they didn't win.
Sorry to cut you, Hash. I'm being so rude. They just based us going to beat Liverpool this season off one season last year. You get what I mean? It's always one thing for one, but not one thing for another. And this is why I say I like Toon, because he has consistency. Like, do you get what I mean? You don't have consistency in your argument. It's just
Bro, you don't have nuance in your arguments. Like you everything is black and white to you. I'm Mr. Shades of Grey. not Mr. You get what I mean. You get what
Bro,
I mean.
I'm biracial. There's no way you're telling me that.
Oh my God,
that's
here we
a
go.
biracial,
Rage
man.
station out here again, you know.
Like, you know what I mean? I understand all of that because I could say certain things about Wenger. Wenger could have had this and done that, but it doesn't guarantee it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You fall into an idea of if. Yeah, no,
It's
I
the grass is
understand your
always
argument.
greener, bro.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even though you lot didn't win, I still put a lot of weight on what Tottenham did during that period.
Yeah.
I
But
think
it's
it's
got no
unfair.
trophies. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
You know
but
what I
that's
mean?
the
I'm sure he
problem.
was delighted that Spurs' best era ever ended with no trophies.
I don't care. I don't care. Like, it's up to you. You're going to see what owners who actually want to win stuff.
Oh, for
what you want to
God's
do.
sake.
But
I'm just saying.
with one, so Jay, say for example, with one FA Cups, do you think when I go to certain arguments, people give a fuck about that?
No,
but
it's
this is
about
Arsenal's.
it's the big
No,
two,
but this
bro.
is
It's the big
this
two
is the
we care
banter era.
about.
People don't.
Champions League and League.
People are trying to make this is where people trying to make cups look small when they're not. And part of the reason why people make these domestic cups look small is because when their teams don't win it, it makes them look bad. So they're trying to make it look small. I've seen, not you guys, but I've seen like other fans. There's a beginning of some Newcastle fans, but not everyone, saying we don't want to go to we don't want to go to the Europa. I'm like, or Europa Conference. I said, yes, please, I'll take that. I want to go win it. Yes, 100%. I want to win it. I don't care. So I don't understand that mentality, and people try to belittle it, make it you drive a Ferrari. This it's just a Ferrari, bruv. Look at a Mercedes, and try to make your thing look small. That's not it. Like, so you've won the FA Cups. That's a good thing. That's a trophy thing. Like, stick to it. Don't let no one make you feel like
no. And I respect that. But at the end of the day, last year we finished second, and Man U won something, and I still wouldn't swap our season for theirs.
Do you want to do that for the next 10 years?
Maybe it's a snobbery because you know what I've noticed. I've won trophies, so probably that's why I don't have it in such high regard. And the guys who haven't are dying for the trophy, and because that's why me and Preach are in agreement. Like, do you get what I mean? And everyone who hasn't isn't.
Okay.
All right, we get it. You've won trophies. Okay. All right, mate. Move on.
And how does it feel like being the bridesmaid for the last how many years to Man City? How does it feel like being the Luigi to the Marios, as my man Flawless likes to say? How does it feel to fit? Because there's no second win trophy. There isn't, in it.
I'd rather be a wife of a rich man than a wife of a poor man.
Boy, I'd rather be no one's wife. I bet the trophy feels better. Right? The actual trophy feels better. Be number one in Europe.
Please get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
And you know what? And I'm not discrediting trophies, but like, say for example, there's cup like say who won something last year? Let me think about it.
Man United.
Now, FaZe, why are you thinking I got
it's Valentine's Day next week.
2 seasons ago, Liverpool was going for the quadruple.
Yes,
we played every single possible game you could play in the season, full max. It's forgotten already, bruv. No one knows.
And that's not fair.
And we won the league and the FA Cup. No one don't care.
No one cares.
Exactly. Yes.
No one cares. Like, it's true. It's got to be the greatest out. It's got to be the best.
That's what makes you great. Because it's unfair, and you still do it. It's not the right time. You got bad injuries. You got a thin bench.
Mid-table mentality.
Exactly.
I'm saying we did it. We won it, and no one cares. It's not like go for it if you have the mentality. You're a good team. You're good enough to win it. We won it, and no one still cares. Like, it's
what that you won the cups.
It's just got to be the best. Not even just the cups. It was a quadruple run.
Yeah,
it was 2 of the last games of the season that we messed up on.
But there's different reasons. There's different reasons why people don't care about what Liverpool are doing, though. Like, just rival fans not caring. Like, that's just rival fans in terms of
we're the most successful club in the.
That's why we care even less. Like, imagine you're broke and a millionaire.
You not care. You're looking up to us. It's not...
You see, that's why we don't care. Imagine you're broke. Imagine you're broke and the millionaires walking around saying, "I'm a millionaire." So I'm happy for you, brother. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, but boom, using that perfect analogy,
Seeing writing the numbers down, you're gonna copy in it.
And I think this is the problem, So say for example, using that same analogy, you have no money. there's a millionaire who has bare money, yeah,
You're
and at the
laughing
end of the day, the poor people are complaining about what you need to do to make money, and the guy who already has all the money is saying, bro, there's so much more other things that come to making money, but you lot are going, oh no, it's only these things, but you have no money. You have no money.
Okay,
You're gonna tell the guy with the money what makes money.
Ask
You get
John
what I
Terry.
mean?
Ask John Terry when he's
No,
talking
but
about
on
Marine.
that same analogy, you're incorrect. How are you going to tell the millionaire
Okay,
what
as a
you're
poor
telling me
man-
that I'm talking
as
about
a
is
poor
wrong?
man, I listen to billionaires. I've listened to Mourinho. I've listened to Guardiola and their mentality to every trophy, to every cup, to every game, even if it's a pre-season friendly.
No, stick
we are
to the
going
money.
to win it.
Stick to
This
the
is
money
it.
analogy.
So yes, you're saying
Because-
I'm not saying anything because I'm broke and I haven't got anything to say. So as
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the millionaire is saying what you're saying is the issue. There's more stuff than just that.
You're not
And
a
you're
millionaire,
saying back
though,
to
like,
him, no, I want to focus on these.
you're like the one that wins the ticket but goes bankrupt in a year. I'm talking about I'm not talking about the guys that win money like constantly, like the guys that have actually got wealth, generational wealth, like Guardiola,
This is just getting petty now. Petty.
You know what it is,
This
yeah?
is just getting petty. We're talking about lottery tickets and this is just getting petty.
Get off the lottery tune. You see what, yeah? Managers may say that, yeah, but how many of them have a parade for the League Cup at the end of the season?
Yeah, 100%.
That's how much it's not that valid that much. It's not valid like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're like mid-table teams are gonna be like, yeah, League Cup's great, FA Cup's great, all of that stuff.
But how many mid-table teams have won the League Cup recently?
Leicester won.
I think Wigan won it one time as well.
Leicester were mid-table.
Oh, sorry, League Cup. Sorry, you said League Cup. Sorry,
yeah, League Cups, FA Cups. How many mid-table teams have won League Cups and FA Cups?
Wigan.
Portsmouth won it years ago.
Yeah, come on. Like, right, exactly. That's my point. It's mainly the guys that win everything else that win those cups. So that's exactly my point. Like, it's
so
good.
What cup did Man U win last year?
The League Cup.
FA.
I respect
League Cup.
Was it League Cup? FA, it was
It was League Cup. Yeah, we were in it. I know.
I put more weight.
We're in the
I
final.
put more weight and respect on Newcastle finishing 4th over Man U winning that cup. Me personally, because one is 38 games and one's just a few games. I put more weight on that than that.
Perception. It means to the person, to that club, to the people. Like I get what you're saying. I get
the most League Cup wins, bruv. We don't use that to boast about.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, it's because you've done it. Like for a team like Newcastle, they haven't broken that top 4. And the reason why it's so big for Newcastle is because the teams that normally are top 4 are mammoths. They're teams that spend a lot of money, and like in that kind of big 6 era, Newcastle aren't meant to be there, if that makes sense. A bit like Leicester winning the league. Leicester not meant to win. No disrespect to team tactics, but do you know what I'm trying to say? Like back in the day when Kevin Keegan was around, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Used to beef with Liverpool and say like, we're gonna do it. I tell you, we're gonna do it this season. Those days are over, innit? The Festina Spiller, Ginola.
If Newcastle spend their money right and do what they're gonna be doing right, they're gonna have this mentality soon. They're going to be
because the owners have it. The owners have it.
Be the League Cup.
It's like
Jerry
Idar said that our owners are killers. I know. That's the whole point.
I think it's unfair, man.
They are.
I think it's unfair discrediting everything you've done just because you didn't win one particular trophy, man.
Yeah. I hear it as well, man.
Because Chelsea won a Champions League and didn't win their league. Are they really the best?
You can do two things at once. You can appreciate how far you've progressed and the things that you've achieved. But you can also appreciate the fact that trophies and winning is what makes you great.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
so on that analysis then, I just want to say because I like to keep stuff very uniform across the board. So if you don't win a trophy, you're never ever in a great conversation.
Are you preparing for like
you know what?
Are you preparing to finish second this season?
No, let's not have a revolving doors. Let's not have a revolving doors argument. You just said to be great, you have to win. So I feel
like you're laying the ground. Laying the groundwork.
I'm extremely literal. And I like to hold people to what they say. So you just said to be a great, you have to win stuff.
Yes.
So if you don't win stuff, you can never ever be considered a great. Is that true?
So we talk about the footballers. We said that Harry Kane is a world-class footballer on ability. He's not great because he hasn't won anything.
And we're all in agreement with that, yeah, lads?
I didn't say that. I don't
Thank you. Okay, so that's just one man's opinion then.
That's
Everybody
what I'm
else in
saying.
agreement with that?
He waited until I left, and then he put words in my mouth.
I'm talking for me. If Harry Kane was happy to say I'm a legend now, he'll just stay where he is. There's a reason why he's going to Bayern Munich and not to, for instance, Brentford.
But he said it himself too, and he said it a while back. He said if a time comes that the club doesn't match my ambition, then I'm going to leave. Quite obviously, the club didn't match his ambitions. Those ambitions being serious about winning trophies and titles and everything else. So obviously Tottenham couldn't match his ambition, so he ended up leaving to go to Bayern Munich.
This is why I say you guys.
And when he went to Bayern Munich, he said things are different, Randy. The expectations 100%. Are different, and I thrive on that. Something that Tottenham couldn't give him, and I fully understand that. It's not something that we could offer over Bayern Munich. You know, the pressure is different. They're expected to win, and 9 times out of 10, they usually do win. So,
100%.
Like I said, it always comes back to that word, to mentality. It always comes back to that word. Yeah.
Would you say it's that kind of moment where, like, I go to Chinks for this one, like Van Persie had that same kind of problem with Arsenal. And he went to Manchester United, and he said,
what did Patrice ever say to him? Welcome to a man's club. And what did Van Persie say? For a moment, I was offended when I heard that, but then I spent a couple months there and I realized these guys are totally different. That's what he meant. Welcome to a man's club. He said he's not talking about like physical growth. He's about mentality. He's playing football with men in terms of maturity and growth. And
sorry. So basically, I just want to highlight something because
I'm sorry in advance. I'm sorry.
I like to just hold on to what people do. So I'm having humans here tell me something that I disagree with. Yeah, I just want to highlight this. I'm having humans tell me something which you're not even all confident enough to stick out your chest and agree with. And then on top of that, you're taking more humans to back up the point of other humans whose points I don't agree with. Is this what we're doing here?
Chinks, do you think Arteta's going around to the Arsenal players saying, hey, we finished second this year, we're still great. We're still great, guys. We're still great. He's not, I can bet you my mortgage, he's not gearing them up to win second. He's not doing that. So
just quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly, so based on Arteta now the barometer of greatness is what Arteta says greatness is.
No, I'm saying to
you, so what are you referring to him?
You're saying to me, it's still okay to play good, to finish second or like not win at something, and that's still an achievement in itself. Trophies aren't the be all and end all. I'm saying
that's not what I said.
Okay, what are you saying?
I'm saying that it don't only qualify you as a great if you win things.
It does.
As in team or player. I don't think that's true.
I think we might be getting great and remembered mixed up. Like I feel like you can win a trophy and be remembered, innit? You don't have to win a trophy and can be great.
That's all my argument is.
I think that there's remembered. You get me, like Liverpool.
That's all my argument is. And the problem is there's more people of that mindset that you have to win something to be great, and that will filter down to the players. Hence why the players will reinforce these stupid opinions. I feel because Matt Letizia is better than a bag of man who've won stuff, and and it doesn't not make him great. But that's my only argument.
Right. Let's put it this way then: if by that account, that means Danny Drinkwater is a better player than or greater player than Harry Kane, because Danny Drinkwater's won a title.
Bingo.
He's achieved more.
Right, he's achieved more, but he's never going to be as great as Kane. He hasn't even got that
ability wise. He's never going to ability wise. He'll never be as great as Kane. But he has achieved greatness that Kane has not achieved.
So as a lot of people on the bench, though, to be fair.
No. But he's played a serious contributing role to that. He was in that Leicester squad. I'm not talking about, for instance, Luke Chadwick, who's won like 8 Premier League teams by sitting on the bench. Danny Drinkwater was the core of that Leicester team. Hence why he got the Chelsea move in the first place. Who for that year achieved the greatness that Harry Kane has never achieved in the Premier League.
That doesn't make him greater than Harry Kane, though.
Okay. For that year, when he won the Premier League. Okay, here's the compromise.
There's never been a year in Danny Drinkwater's career that he's been a greater player than Kane.
Even when he won the Premier League?
Ever. Okay. Never, ever.
Right, fair play then. All right.
Because you can't remove
That's what we disagree then.
Because there's players with great mentalities who play for fuck all.
And that makes Vardy better than Harry Kane.
No, that's not that narrative doesn't transcend. What if
He's
you have a
achieved
great
greatness.
mentality? So what's more important, footballing ability or mentality? So if you have great mentality and no skill to back it up,
Chelsea
is that
players.
more important?
Chelsea players right
if
now.
You have no
of
mentality.
all the-
Wait, let me finish, please.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
let me finish. If you have
that.
Thank you. So if you have how can mentality outweigh playing ability? Because if you have 100% mentality and no ability to back it up, you're never going to be better than someone who has great football player ability and zero mentality.
I agree.
That's like putting any one of us in a Man City team, right? And us coming on, I don't know, last 2 minutes of every other game. Hold on. That's one of us coming on last minute of every other game, and then at the end of the season earning the Premier League medal. Then going up to Kane and saying, "I've achieved greatness because I've got."
You see, now you're making a straw man argument.
No, it's the same.
You're creating a straw. So going back to Danny Drinkwater, how many games did he win? Did he play in that Premier League season?
A lot of them.
Did he won 1 game, 2 games? Did he come in last minute?
Majority of them.
He played them vast. He was the core of that midfield of him and of him and Kante. He won that medal. I don't consider Phil Jones or Luke Chadwick as greater players than Kane and stuff like that because we know who they were. They were bench warmers. But Danny Drinkwater for that year achieved greatness that Harry Kane has not achieved in the Premier League.
So there's a caveat. That's what you're saying. And the caveat,
we all achieve greatness. Like my nephew picks up the pad all the time to play me at FIFA and loses. He won the game. That was great. There's greatness. Like we all achieve greatness. Like
the fact that you guys
achieve greatness every day. They've raised. Do you know what I'm saying? You can achieve greatness.
It can be subjective. We're talking about football.
You've achieved greatness.
We're talking about football. So we're talking about football. We're
talking
right?
About achievement. Like,
so
to achieve greatness. I'm saying
yes, but to achieve greatness, you need to what? You need to have the mentality, and sometimes you need to be in an environment where you got that mentality. Why has the proof is in the pudding? I'm not arguing with you. You got to argue with Harry Kane.
But do you remember Biscan?
Argue with Harry Kane. Ask Harry Kane. Why didn't you stay at Tottenham? Why did you know? Why did you go to the argument?
Because people with your opinions, voices are too loud.
So Harry Kane said, do you know what? That Philip tactics is I can't sleep. He doesn't believe I'm great. So I'm gonna go to Bayern Munich. You think that's why he's doing it? When he looks over his career, and he's on the phone to Vardy, and Vardy's like, oh man, lifted that Premier League trophy was really something. Harry Kane's got nothing to tell him.
This right here.
Gooners are saying for this. They kept on about trophies to bit some pundits saying Kane has to leave. Oh my gosh. Guys, you know what? Stay with your second places. Stay with your runners-up medals. When when Newcastle start winning trophies and I start celebrating on these TV channels, I don't want to hear anything about, but you know what, second place is really good, you know. Runners up is really good, you know. You guys stay with that. And you know what? Your owners have what's that word when sorcery, when someone does magic on you? Something like that. They've bewitched you. They've bewitched you into believing that it's okay not to win stuff. It's okay to be commercially. I saw someone in the comments saying, "Oh yeah, FFP baby, we're staying with an FFP." That's not a trophy, bruv. Being top of the under 21s is not a trophy, bro. Like, this is what I'm saying to you. Like, don't let your owners bewitch you into believing that not winning stuff is okay. You guys had in that 2-year period, you had one of the best teams in the league, and you could have been great. But you didn't. Why did Shearer go to Newcastle? Yes, well, he was a Premier League winner by then, isn't it? So he was a Premier League winner. He's achieved something. He's done more than Kane. How about that?
Wow.
He's an all-time goal scorer, and he's won the Premier League. How about that?
I think so. Who do you think's a better player?
Oh gosh,
just out of curiosity.
I'll tell you who's the greater player, Alan Shearer.
All right, so who's a better player?
I'd say there's the greater player. I don't know.
No, not greater, but who's a better footballer?
I don't know. The guy that scored more goals, probably.
Who's that?
Alan Shearer, or Premier League all-time goal scorer.
Goals is what was a better footballing team than Liverpool, and we're top.
The argument's not consistent.
But you have the better mentality. That's what I said to you. You have the better mentality, and that's why you are where you are.
Yeah,
They've got a better midfield than you.
Team,
They've got a better midfield than you.
Also, Liverpool have got more. Have got some killers in attack.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're a better footballing team. We've got the best defense record as well.
It is my opinion, my view, that when I watch Arsenal play,
my opinion could be that the sky.
I know, but the fact that, why are you so worried about my opinion? Like, I'm just like,
I'm worried. It's just correcting the.
But you keep
when you hear stuff that you feel is incorrect,
you've gone back to that point. Like, you've lost to them. Like, you haven't. When's the last? Like, apart from the FA Cup?
Right, so take this. Yeah, just take the 2 last games. Yeah, Liverpool played. Yeah, okay. We beat them 2-0.
Yeah,
and we was away. They beat us 3-1, and they were home.
Yeah,
like use out those 2 games. Work out. Use your same theory. And work
and they drew 2-2 with your Anfield, right?
If you want to, but
okay. You went a bit quiet there. Did they draw 2-2 against your Anfield? I didn't hear that.
No, I don't.
Yes, they drew 2-2 with your Anfield.
I don't think you heard what I said.
They're a better football inside, in my opinion. This is one guy's
opinion. No, preach. Let me jump in here. Preach. Let me jump in here. Yeah. Because remember, his argument is when he does it, like it matters where it counts. So he values cup games more than Premier League games. So when you beat us in the cup game, your mentality was better than ours, no? And they're a better team than us. Because when it counted in the argument of you're doing greatness and winning trophies, when it came down to it, really counted in
if
the
Liverpool
game.
Arsenal, us. Yes. If Liverpool Arsenal were for instance playing a cup final, and I had to choose between them, and my life depended on it, I'll choose Liverpool.
Oh, so you just think we're better than them in the Premier League?
I think you're better footballing side, ability, like whatever you guys do on the pitch, your patterns of movement, how you attack, how you approach attack, how you defend. I think you're a better footballing side.
How can you have a better
you can't get over
mentality be that good? And
someone say Liverpool's better. Can someone just say Liverpool's better, and then we can move on from it? Like,
no, but you're saying they're not, which we don't understand, because statistically speaking, in the last however many years, they've won more games than us. They've won more trophies than us.
I'm talking about this season. Arsenal, I don't know. Arsenal are a better footballing side from what I've seen.
Pointless.
You keep on going back to. I've even forgot that conversation happened.
You're saying that after we beat you, lot.
You see,
you won.
You see, I know
10 men.
Exactly.
Bad boys. I'm not mad you lot. We're overcomplicating something extremely simple. So there's a league, we all play in this league a thing called football, innit? And depending on who plays better football, you get closer to the top of the league. So you're telling me a team
not always.
Who is lower than the team at the top of the league?
Not always. There's a lot that comes to it.
At the top of the league.
There's people that
can you get relegated?
So Arsenal
and still be a better.
Okay. So Burnley play very good football, right? We can agree they play very pretty football, but it's not effective football. They don't score goals and they don't defend very well, right? What did Arsenal get blamed for all these years? Playing very
sorry to cut you, Toon. What do you mean by football?
like guys kicking a ball and I don't know, and everything else with it.
So if you play amazing football and you don't win games, are you better at football than the team that does win the game?
Say that again.
Bingo. If you play great football and you don't win the game, and the team that
win games, that's the whole point. That's the conversation.
I give up.
I know, like seriously, you've grown as a team. You've got the mentality and the football. You're a better football inside. But you're not. Liverpool are stronger. They've got a better mentality than you. But you're growing your mentality. You're growing as a team.
Let's move it from football. Hypothetically speaking, if me and you sell drugs, and you're listen, and
disclaimer.
Let's say we sell chips. Me and you sell chips. Your chips are better than my chips. I sell way more chips than you. Are you a better chipsman than me?
Good point.
Are you better at selling chips than me?
You are better selling chips than me.
That's all our argument is.
The chips. Yes.
Pardon?
So you've got worse chips, but you're getting more out of your chips than I am. That makes you better than me. So Liverpool
And
play
that's all I'm saying.
slightly better football than you. But because they are more effective at the crucial parts, like scoring goals and winning trophies, that's why they've been winning you. But when in terms of football inside, as a football inside, I think Arsenal are better as a football inside in terms of watching them play football.
I think you see that thing you said, that the sorcery thing that you said the owners did to us. I think that's happened to you in terms of football.
The eye test as well now.
Huh?
You talking about the eye test as well?
I don't care how you play, bro. Who wins the games are better at football.
Right. Did you win the football? Did you win the game? Did you win the game? Yes. Yes, you won the game. You won the game. You won the game because you're a better football inside on that day.
No, they won the game because they was better on the day. They played better football on the day.
All right, cool.
Not a better football inside.
I hear you.
A football
Alright, so Tune, on Wednesday, you sold more chips than me. But every other day on the week, I sold more chips than you. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I like these chips better. Sorry.
You can have better.
Let them alone, but it's better than Burger King chips.
Hey, we got lots of scenarios. I can go back to my nephew. He watched on FIFA and he's better than me. He just beat me once.
Yellow black.
Who finished higher last season? Give
the dog a bone. Guys, I'm gonna end it, bro, because I'm going to be here all night. But yeah, man, biggest house up. It's gone past midnight.
How long has the show been?
Over 2.5 hours almost. 2 hours.
Too long.
See, typical Spurs, 2.5. It's only 2:15. Look at that.
Listen, big up to everyone in the chats.
Big up, man.
Big up to you, man, in the actual panel as well. Does anyone want to big up their channel? I just want to go to I'll go to you first, Big Preach. Where could we find you when you're next?
Preach, brother, preach.
I'm a guest in it, a humble guest. Appreciate me on. My thing is music videos. I do music videos, so if you're into all that stuff there, holla. My
music videos. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but that's me.
So go to. Is that your YouTube there? Yeah. Is that your?
My Instagram and then everything.
Okay,
really.
Instagram.
It's everything. Tell you the truth. Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for having me on the show, man. I appreciate it.
No worries. Toon Tactics TV. Where can we find you? Obviously on the title, right? What are you doing next? What are you doing next, my bro?
Right, so for this month, I'm going to be doing a lot more match previews and match reactions, as well as analysis of our games for Newcastle United. We've still got currently a video out called Transfer Window Pain. I know it's a little bit, was released on the 4th of February, where we've got your top 6 representatives, content creators, talking about their clubs, their transfer business, and how they rate it, and also whether it's going to impact them winning trophies or winning the league, or what's going to happen. So do have a look at that. It's got some of your favorite content creators on that. I know you guy Harry Scarp's on that, representing Tottenham, and so do tune into that, guys.
Oh wow, okay, interesting.
Jinx, just to say, I can see now you are a host because you held yourself. I'm trying to draw you out, and you held yourself. You are a host.
Jinx, where can we find? Where can we find?
Here. Me and Preach, we have a little football thing as well, but we're slacking, man. We need to get some of you lot involved in it as well, man. The more the merrier.
I hope you plan to win those games, and you know.
No, you're right. I need to message you, bro, because I wanna do some stuff with you, because I love your opinions and your take.
Yes,
you roll up the net, and you do it so calmly.
I'm always happy to play the guy that wants to play, that wants to be second. Like I'll be.
On your own show, imagine. Yes, so big up J Rated R. Where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm still prepping on the channel, but J Rated R on Twitter in the meantime, and I'll be floating about. You'll see me around. You'll see me around, people.
You see him floating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and big up to you, Has. Do you got any last final words you want to say?
No, man, it's been a pleasure. Like all you guys, honestly, like it's been a wild one tonight, to be honest. But it's been good debates. Good debates. Like I want to thank all of you for coming on the show tonight, and obviously you, Ash, for helping to for arranging it. To be honest, but guys, honestly, more than welcome to come back on the show next time. And I just want to say to everyone in the chat, make sure you go and follow all of these guys on their socials, Instagram, Twitter, wherever it is. But yeah, it's been a good one. It's been a good one.
Cool, man. Yeah, guys, please like, share as well. Share it to your brother, your sister, your cousin, whoever. And yeah, please give us a like. It helps to get the channel out there as well. But yeah, man.
By the way, have we mentioned that we are Spurs Kings TV now?
Yes, we are. We are Spurs Kings TV. Big up. The change was necessary so people could easier, like they could find us a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And we are Kings, man. So yeah, big yourselves up.
We only do greatness on this channel.
That's right.
You see?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna see if I can find some chips, man. I focus.
That's the one.
Man, like KFC, I don't know. But yeah. Love and peace, people. Respect, manners.
Big up, man. Big up.
Every time, man.
Thank you.